And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your host, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by...
Nope. Oh, he's not here.
I was waiting to do the nope thing. All right.
Headband Souls.
Nice.
The Chris Massey.
And the Red Baron.
We also got Headband Paul.
Yeah, I'm also rocking the headband.
Yeah,
Souls and I went to a Phillies White Sox game.
that's right.
Of course, it was the one the White Sox didn't win. But that's the way it goes. But I was happy for Kyle. His team won. And it was a close game. It was a boring game, but it was close.
I got to see my favorite player.
That's right. He got to see Gene Segura.
That's not true.
His favorite player is Carlos Santana.
Is it?
No.
Really?
But
It's Santana Moss.
it's Aaron Nola.
It's not. It's not. It's Aaron Bummer.
It's Paul.
It's not. But, so we went to Philadelphia. I was having technical difficulties with the Getting Sports with Drunk Graham.
Uh-oh.
So I couldn't get some live posts there.
That's okay. We're there already, you know.
The most important part of the trip was...
White
Castle, yeah, for sure. The food destination on the way. Oh, man. It's been years. The diarrhea was so worth it. Ugh.
Any chicken rings purchased this trip?
Nah, dude, I don't fuck with chicken rings.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I was just curious.
Nah.
I might next time.
Did you say chicken rings?
Yeah.
Chicken rings, Mass. You heard it right. And I wouldn't I never really had them.
Now, to
personally.
argue with the people who say, oh, you can't get it because chicken doesn't come in that shape. Now, here's what happens. They take a circle, right? They take a circle. They have different sizes. I've asked before. Take the circle, and they punch it through the chicken breast to make a circle. Then they take a smaller circle, and they punch it through to make like a raw chicken donut. And then they deep fry it. So you're right. Chicken doesn't come shaped in a donut shape. That is very true. But donuts don't come shaped like donuts. So, needless to say.
Fair point.
No, I just got, the standard 6-piece slider. The basket of onion rings.
Nice.
Yep.
No, they do mini corn dogs, don't they?
Nah, dude, this one didn't have them. I was pissed.
Now, where did you guys stop?
New York.
Yonkers location, or was out of the way?
No. We were like New York. Like Bronx, New York.
All right.
Yeah,
the
Kyle's
city.
brother insisted on getting off the highway and driving through New York.
Get on some surface roads.
His dad was very unhappy that we were at White Castle, that he ate White Castle, and just all about
And
everything.
he got mad at me because I didn't buy the 20-pack, but he was really happy after.
Yeah.
I could definitely picture that going down.
The thing is he thought it was going to be faster, but like as a previously frequent visitor of the White Castle franchise, they do made to order. So it's because what they serve isn't necessarily hard to cook. Because you just take a slice off the bottom of an elephant's foot, throw it on the grill, and good to go. But yeah.
We ate elephant foot.
Yeah. Toast to excellence. Headband Souls. You care to go first?
Today, I actually had one geared up. First time in a while.
Wow.
Mine to Nathan Patterson. Nathan Patterson.
Nathan Peterman.
Is this the one you guys were arguing about?
Yes. Okay. He was an average Joe going to Colorado, Coors Field, doing a game, hitting 96 on the gun. A couple days later, Oakland signs him. What's up with that? Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I can throw 65 and I won't get signed.
Well, I mean, maybe signed elsewhere. Maybe not to a major league squad, but
Well, good
Back
for him.
to the minors.
yeah.
Headband Souls back to the minors.
That's right.
Chris Massey?
So Tom Brady got a new deal
Yeah.
a couple days ago.
No, yesterday.
2 years, right?
2 years. Do you know what his average salary is?
No clue.
$28.3 million.
Oh, good for him.
Do you know why that's funny?
That's the score from
Yeah.
the. That's very deliberate.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought that was hysterical.
Well, to be the king,
Baron,
do
right?
whatever you want. I forgot the guy's name. I watched highlights from the Hall of Fame game.
I know what you're talking
And anyway, the Cowboys receiver had that miraculous catch to win. It was kind of like a tips bobble thing there. I thought that was pretty cool. Some third, fourth
receiver?
Cowboys guy.
Is that
Wasn't
another
it?
shot?
Wasn't it Falcons Broncos?
Yeah. Is that another shot?
That's
Yeah.
what that was. It was a Broncos.
Yeah, 'cause
I had the cowboy hat thing right, but just yeah. But anyway, I like that play a lot.
Rita, please waitress your this Overton. Mine's the Machcine washable. He's not here right now. He should be Skyping in soon. But he stopped at the package store in Massachusetts where he's away on work right now. And he sent me a picture. They had 2017 Bourbon County there for $12 a bottle.
Oh,
How
wow.
many did he buy?
All of them.
How many was that?
Just 3.
50.
Oh, okay.
Just 3. But I was just like, buy as many as you feel comfortable buying, and I'll give you the money on Monday. And he was like, I'll just buy all 3. I was like, you're a good man. You're a very, very nice man. Nice. There is currently a GoFundMe page up on Getting Sports with Drunk. Supply ball, Bourbon County for Paul. Our goal is $36. Every dollar helps.
That's right. So be sure to log on during the show, after the show, and we appreciate your.
You can log in
donations.
on www.gofundme.that'snotreal.
Yes. It's a backslash in there, I believe.
Yes,
Yes.
Actually it's a forward slash. Forward slash, comma, semicolon.
Well, the backslash is like the Cowboys of the NFL.
The backslash is the forward of the backs.
Right.
Yeah.
You were the nightmares of programmers everywhere.
Yeah, I try to be. A lot of semicolons. But there's some shots to be divvied out.
Yeah.
So Mass has a shot just because.
I was told to.
The Red Baron also has a shot just because, but he just recently acquired a new shot for being
Just happened. For you guys just tuning in, I had to have 2.
being dumb. Souls has a shot because the
I lost the
Phillies
series.
the Phillies lost the series to the White Sox. So, for those new people, if we do nice competitive natures when our teams play, the loser has to do the shot. For baseball, we do it for the series. I have to do 2 shots because one, we lost the series to the Mets. We got broomed out of the Metropolitan
Visit.
Yep. And then another shot because Souls and I wagered a shot on Saturday's game
Oh, okay.
because we were there live.
Right.
We figured it'd be, so.
Oh, real quick, I know we were doing a shot. You guys had a Philly beer that day, correct? Yeah, an IPA. Souls was mentioning it to me, but I don't remember.
Paul did.
Yeah,
Paul did.
so it wasn't like. It's like when we went to the Pirates game, there was that Iron City Brewery.
Yeah.
Which had the pirate stuff on the can. This didn't have any Phillies stuff on the can. It was just a brewery in Philadelphia, and it was just called the Philly Pale Ale.
Okay.
But it was a boring yellow label that had a third of the skyline. I don't think Philadelphia really has a skyline. I think the tallest thing in Philadelphia is the Rocky Balboa statue. But
Soon to be the Nick Foles statue.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So I was just reading. Did you guys know that the Patriots had below 500 on the road last year? They were 3-5 on the road last year.
Oh. Well, I kind of when that was happening, I think I knew of, but
That's
just
just
kinda-
very surprising to me.
forgettable year, honestly.
So
That ended with the Super Bowl. Go for it.
everyone throw your shot down the hatch. Baron, you and I will venture into our second one shortly.
Sure.
Cheers.
Ooh, mask going right away. Wow.
That's not good.
All right, Souls. Yeah.
Wow. My goodness.
You want to do these? Well, yours is. We have different shots. We kind of have different vintages going on because
my God.
what happened was the private stock tube over here, gas pump, had gin in it previously, and there was some gin left in the tube from the pump handle. So when the mass poured out the first shot, it came out clear. It kind of did the whole when your sink
Yeah.
is rusty. You turn it on, it's clear, and then it gets rusty.
Yeah. So this is part of the pipeline series.
Yeah, so once you go, that's good. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you. Souls has to do another shot because of that.
Here we are.
What's up with that?
All right.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
But give me a minute.
All right, you go first. You have the gin vintage of this private stock. We really should start coming up with batch numbers. We'll call this batch 30. We've
30.
probably gone through
That's-
30 private stocks.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this is batch 30.
That's there. Here.
This is
What do
this is
we
the
went
batch
through-
30, batch 29 combo.
Okay.
What?
Nothing anymore.
Were you asking that?
No, because you were about to say this is batch. We went through 30 private stock. We would have went to 2029 if this went to 30.
What?
Yeah, I'll take it. Mass, fill me up, bro. You want
Mass,
to throw up
throw
over
up, dude? Oh, come on.
You know what you do when you have kind of that feeling? You pound your chest. That's how it's gotten me through a lot of stuff. And now it really doesn't bother me anymore.
Open up your back, dude.
I could just drink gasoline.
Yeah, I taught Kendall the exhale trick.
The exhale trick works.
For
I do
anything.
a lot.
When you drink something that's either going to be gross or really, like, boozy, you take the shot, or you take the sip, and, like, you kind of hold your breath, and then you just slowly exhale through your mouth, and it kind of, like, almost works as, like a fume flamethrower kind of thing.
It works.
Because a lot of the times the fumes sit in your throat, and you get that boozy thing, the boozy taste in there, and it feels like you still have booze back there.
And what you can do too, Mass, if you rake your tongue against your teeth.
Yeah, that works too. Because you salivate, and you can swallow down the booze. The other thing, too, is actually the best thing to do is chase it with another shot.
That's key.
Yeah. So we have some Jeffersons in there you could drink. We didn't do our starting lineups. We kind of went bass backwards here. So
we covered a lot of material.
Yeah, headband Souls.
Today, I'm trying something different.
You know Souls' motto: when it's different, it's worse.
Correct. From Thimble Island Brewing Company, I am drinking Ghost Island Double India Pale Ale.
Our friends at Thimble Island.
Your friend.
Oh, well, come on.
I don't know them.
A friend of yours is a friend of mine.
That's not true.
Well, why is that not true?
I don't know. I probably don't like everybody that you're friends with.
Well, that's true.
Actually, like your whole high school group that followed you.
Oh. My disciples.
Most of them I didn't care for.
Paul, what are you drinking?
Actually, the Baron Red and I are drinking the same thing while we wait for our Black Hog series finale.
Yep.
To chill down a little bit. We're both drinking from the Smoky Mountains.
Yep.
Bush. Lager.
Bush.
Some aftershock there. And the Mass, what do we got?
I don't know what I'm drinking today. I'm drinking
Guayabera.
Guayabera from Cigar City Brewing in Tampa. I don't know what this is. It was in the fridge. We're going to find out.
It's pretty good.
It might be better than the shot, man.
It will be better
Everything's
than
going
the
to be better than that shot.
It's just very licoricey.
It's very whiskey-y.
What's very whiskey-y? Nah, dude, there was like no whiskey in there.
Was there not?
I mean, there is, but it doesn't taste like whiskey.
To
That's
me,
all
it
I
tasted
could
more
taste.
all licorice.
To my best approximation, because we poured out some of the Canada House in a separate water bottle, the Canada House was probably to the bottom of the label. Then I had half a pint of Hennessy in there, and then
Did you fill that mag to the top?
no, probably to
The top of the label?
yeah,
I was just saying, like,
middle or so to the top of the label anyway, and then whatever left
Yeah, it
over
wasn't
tequila was there. But wanted to get some air in there, wanted that other component to mix around and be part of the private stock, the unknown factor of the private stock. Maybe get some airborne, things getting in there, some fumes and farts, saliva.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
You kind of like.
we should just toast our beers. Just crack them. We already did our toast, so.
We're doing Sip of Silence? No?
Sure. Would you want to do it for you? I forgot.
I don't remember what I wanted to do it for. What do we want to do?
All right, everyone just sip in silence.
All right. That was for Don Banks, by the way. Oh, why is this leaking?
Well, there's two reasons. One, it might have been shaken. Two,
Did you shake it?
yes.
Bum,
Did you actually?
What's that from?
That's Family Guy. That's,
Yeah, I know, but like from what one? Oh, the duck, right? Was it the duck?
No, porcupine meaning
Oh,
pineapple.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact setup, but it was like that.
So headband souls. You liking the headband?
Love it.
I've actually have not taken it off today. I've been wearing it all day.
I believe that 100%.
You have no reason not to believe it.
It's a good look.
Thanks. Well, I have, for those of you who know me and those of you who don't, I have long curly hair right now. So currently, what happens is it kind of works like a regular headband. So all the curls are on the top of my head, but because it's long enough and it's curly, they all kind of droop over the sides of the headband. So I kind of got this like Brillo pad look going on.
Some curly locks going there.
Yeah.
Soul's also rocking the haircut.
Soul's just got a new haircut and it looks really good. The problem is that with this headband, it doesn't work. If he folded it in half, he probably would get like the full effect of the Goku type hair.
I think you should do that. But you know the funny thing is that when he takes it off, it creates like a perfect line.
Yeah, Kyle's got very impressionable hair. He's kind of like a dog. Like, you know, like when a dog like lays down and it gets up, like the fur on its face is matted to its bones. It's kind of how Kyle's hair is. Kyle falls asleep, and however his head comes off the pillow, that's the shape of his hair for the day.
Yarp.
I like the yarp thing. It's kind of like very Vikingly, like yarp.
Yarp. That's
So,
from Hot Fuzz, I think.
So what are we talking about today?
You know what we're talking about.
That's right. Today on Getting Sports with Drunk, we are talking about Souls.
Yes.
Read.
That's right. All dogs go to heaven.
That's right.
All right, so let's break the movie down. We're going to go line by line from the script. We have it here. What we're actually going to do is we're going to reread the entire script via impressions. So, Red Baron, you'll be taking the lead, but I need you to do it in your best Gilbert Godfrey throughout the whole movie.
All right, I'll do my best.
Okay, so here's the point where I
Hold
probably
on.
get shot.
Mass, you're the female protagonist, so you will be doing it in your best. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You're doing it.
Okay.
So you're going to be doing it in your best. Let's go with Cameron Diaz voice.
Ooh, it's a good combo.
Souls, you're going to be the main antagonist. I need you to go ahead and work your best Charlie Sheen voice.
Winning.
No, we're not doing this. But wait for the new podcast, because whatever the content on the podcast is, that's pretty much what it's going to be geared around. Is all dogs go to heaven manuscript reads.
I mean, through our group chat and through our talks, we toyed with a couple things.
I don't think we talked about it in our group chats at all.
No.
Well, I mean,
I think I talked to Mock about one thing individually,
Right.
and then I talked to Souls about one thing individually, and then today you were brought to the light of both of those things whilst in the driveway.
But we talked about the all dogs go to heaven in the group chat.
That's true, we did.
Speaking of
No,
all dogs
hold on,
go to heaven,
Mass, what were you
where's the
talking-
other dog that we're missing?
What were you talking about before, though? You were saying, I'm going to be shot. Is it because you were going to say you've never seen All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Yeah.
This guy has never seen any movie.
Have you
Ever.
seen Tommy Boy?
Nope.
What are the movies you have seen of popular pop culture?
Have you seen Black Sheep?
No.
Not pop culture, like cult classic
Okay.
comedy type. Like, we'll go comedies.
Caddyshack?
Well, no,
Yes.
he saw
Okay.
Caddyshack, but he didn't see it till we made him watch it freshman
Okay.
year.
That's
he
true.
never saw Indiana Jones.
That's true.
Never saw Scarface.
That's
Oh,
true.
wow.
The
Still haven't.
Godfather.
Nope, still haven't.
No.
Anchorman?
Nope.
I saw it
Carlito's
in
Way.
college.
Yeah, we made him watch it. He never saw Carlito's Way.
Well, that movie, whatever.
What? Oh my God, Souls.
What was the joke I was making, Kyle? The Benny Blanco from the Bronx?
I forgot.
Okay. Good take. But yeah, it was pretty bad, the movies he hasn't seen, dude.
Yeah. Well.
He didn't see The Big Lebowski.
Nope.
Oh,
Which, I mean,
man.
I'm kind of like whatever about, personally.
It's worth a
but-
watch.
But it's worth a watch, yeah.
I'll say this to Kyle.
It is worth-
He's never seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Wait, hold on. Is that where the one where the family member dies?
That was super not specific.
The cat gets fried in it.
Yeah.
No, one of the National Lampoon Vacations. Maybe it's the one where they drive.
That's
to
National
California.
Lampoon's Vacation.
Okay,
That's the one where they're going to Wally World.
World.
that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the original.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I've seen.
Tied for the best, I feel. I'm a big Vegas vacation guy
Oh
myself.
my God. You just like it because Randy Quaid's
Yeah,
were.
that-
We are so off track. All right. So, Souls, why don't you go ahead and what do you want to talk about? You guys have so we kind of bounced around two segments. You want to save those? You want to start one now? What are you guys thinking?
So, the last one we're going to do is last, the one that we came up with today. Because it involved Dewey.
Yeah, it's a little quick thing, kind of fun. We'll save the third hour. I know we touched on this concept. I know Riddler, I believe, was the original.
Red Baron shot.
Up.
For those of you listening in right now, I am as much in the dark as you guys are. I have no idea what we're about to talk about.
Hey,
I don't know if you've gathered this, but we don't really either.
You know more than I do.
I literally told you in the group chat like 2 days ago what we're talking about.
You said all dogs go to heaven. We just did that.
No, we
we
didn't.
have.
We didn't even talk about it.
We got off the topic about it because you didn't watch the movie. You were given 48 hours. It's a fucking kids movie from the 90s. It's like 40 minutes long.
It's a Disney
In all
classic.
retrospect, though, it's probably like an hour and 10 minutes. You could have watched it.
Probably.
All right, so here's the deal.
I watched both National Treasures not National Treasures, Night of the Museums.
That's
One and
worse
two.
than the original one. I would have rathered you watch the first two National Treasures. So here's the deal. We'll vote on it. We'll take a group vote. There's 5 of us, so right? There's 5 of us here. There's 5 of us, so just
Where's
in
the
case
other
there's a
guy?
tie. I don't know, but just in case there's a tie, Rita will be the
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. I would like, even though it's not related at all, we will do this next week. I would like a. We'll go with 3-minute breakdown of All Dogs Go to Heaven, with thoughts on the movie, how it struck him emotionally, who his favorite character was, things of that nature.
Is this a good time to tell you guys that I'm not going to be here next week?
I'm gonna call you,
That's fine.
and you're gonna do this on.
That's fine.
Fine, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Why won't you be here?
Work.
So here's the deal: if Mass
Just
doesn't
call.
do it next week, if on air between the hours of 8 and 11 o'clock, give us his 3-minute spiel. The next time he's here, Mass has to do
17 shots.
5 shots of private stock in a 10-minute span.
If I'm not called, this doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yeah, you have an hour. You have a week to prepare and call during that time. You got to call us.
I have to call you?
Yep.
I'm not going to remember.
Can I read Mass the IMDb synopsis?
Well, hold on. Let's vote on it. Do we agree that this is a fair thing?
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So raise your hand
Why
if you're
is
for
this-
it. Rita, you're unneeded. Raise your hand if you disagree with this. Raise your hand if you're going to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven this week. Yeah, I'll probably watch it too now.
So actually, Riddler, you weren't that off. It's an hour and 24 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty long.
But, hour and 10, extra 14 minutes, figure
Yeah.
and whatever.
It's probably credits because animated movies have longer credits.
Am I allowed to watch the clip notes?
No, you have to watch the movie.
If we're going to take some fucking parts that don't matter and make you...
And I'll go one further for you. If you have to buy the movie or rent it, like from PlayStation Store or something like that, I will reimburse you. So it will cost you nothing. I won't reimburse you with money. I will reimburse you with, I don't know, blue corn tortilla chips.
I'll buy you a thing of sheets.
It's $3 to rent.
That's on YouTube though.
No, that's to rent.
I'll buy you...
You guys have cable. It might be free on cable.
It might be.
All the Land Before Times are currently on Xfinity for free. I watched the first one today.
Stream.
I remember as a kid, I was like, dinosaurs. As an adult, I was like, wow, this is fucking terrible. But dinosaurs, so still cool. All right, we should probably talk sports now.
Yep.
All right. Oh, dude. That was awesome. What a great save. High five. Kyle, that was an extra base hit. All right, Souls, what do you want to talk about first?
Well,
You're the master of all things magician-y.
false.
So we kind of discussed the idea of doing the duos thing.
Yeah.
We wanted to save for Machcine Washable,
Yeah,
correct?
do we have any idea when he's going to call in?
I thought he said he was getting ready,
7 hours ago.
so yeah, however long ago.
This guy was making buckets of Budweiser in Modelo buckets.
Yeah, so presumably he's like in a ditch or something.
Yeah, for real.
So we had stuff to talk about with him.
Yeah.
But, well, here we'll buy some time. Did you guys?
Watch All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Yes.
I did. Souls, go ahead. All right, Matt, right there.
So we were coming off our Hall of Fame NFL weekend. A lot of good guys got the jacket. I was surprised by the amount of secondary members that were in this class.
Dude, Champ Bailey is the most underappreciated defensive back of all time. And I thought it was perfect that he went in with the greatest defensive back of all time.
And you're saying as Ty Law, I believe.
No, Ed Reed.
Who had probably one of the greatest busts of all time for the Hall of Fame. That thing looked great.
Yeah. I think Ed Reed was the best defensive back of all time. I think Troy Polamalu was more clutch. I know that's where we're going to end up with this, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right to it. I think Troy Polamalu was more clutch, and I think Troy Polamalu made more, holy fuck plays. But I think overall, Ed Reed was just the better... I won't say defensive back, safety. I think Ed Reed's the best safety of all time.
That's fair.
My opinion.
That's fair.
But it is close. I think Polamalu is right there.
I mean, Ed Reed.
And then Chris Conti and Major Wright right underneath him.
Right there. The cornerstones of the position. I mean, you can't argue with breaking your own interception touchdown record. It was
We
originally
can do the
107, then he
duos
set
because
in
Mock's not
109.
going to be on for a while.
You
Yeah.
talk to him?
He's out to eat.
Oh.
You know that Champ Bailey has the longest interception return for not a touchdown in NFL history?
Yeah.
100 yards.
Versus the Patriots.
What did he get tackled? The 2?
Yeah.
Did they score?
They ended up scoring, yeah.
Imagine if they missed the field goal.
After all that.
But Champ Bailey, good for that guy. Went to college with him. Mass, Barrett Barron, and I and Rebecca all went to college with Champ Bailey.
It's pretty cool. He's a lot different in person.
Yeah, shorter.
Shorter, a lot younger.
Yeah.
But voice and person, he's the same. You know.
For sure. All right, so what do you guys want to lead off with? I mean, Mock had a segment. I feel dirty doing it without him, but we can do it anyway.
What do you want to do?
Duos.
Let's do the duos.
Let's do the duos. Souls, talk about it.
Oh, you gotta talk about it. Every time I come up with something, you make me do it.
Yeah, you came up with this.
I got a
came
list
up with
here.
this.
Nah, you said you pitched this last week.
If I forgot about it, and you came up with a better.
All right, so I saw this all stemmed from an Instagram post I saw on NHL Tape Talk. Good site, go follow it. NHL.tape.com. NHL.tape.talk. Good Instagram site there. But they posted a side by side, and they're like, which duo would be better? And it was in their primes. It was Connor McDavid and Wayne Gretzky representing the Oilers, or Sidney Crosby and Mario Lemieux representing the Penguins. And it got me thinking that the Gretzky one, obviously, but like duos, like we should like come up with duos. Masters should be something you should be able to come up with on the fly. Nobody had. I don't think really anybody did much homework on this other than maybe baseball.
Souls and I did some baseball stuff.
But like all the other ones will just kind of come up on the fly.
Yeah.
But like so duos, like so. I'll start off with one. But basically, it's going to be a now person, obviously probably a superstar caliber, and a past person versus another present and past. So I'll start off with Souls. This one's geared mostly towards you, but anyone else is more than willing to chime in. Who would be more? What would be more dominant? Shaq? Nah, I don't want to do that one because I don't agree with the timing. All right, Akeem Olajuwon and James Harden, or Giannis and Kareem?
Giannis and Kareem. They're more athletic, and they're both the best at their position right now, like during their time.
And tall.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at you. You're not talking into any mic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. See how different that sounds?
Nope.
But, I mean, I agree with it, but, I mean, I think Giannis would have a pretty hard time keeping up with James Harden.
I don't think James Harden's going to cover Giannis.
Nah. Akeem Olajuwon wants to do both. James Harden's just going to stand back at the 4-point circle because this is a big 3 game. And just be like, pass it, beard, stir it up. He's cursed, though, so it doesn't matter. Little B curse.
Yeah. I thought that was never lifted? No.
No, he never gave him credit. No.
I really like the combo Olajuwon Harden. Because I'm such a Houston homer. But I tend to agree with the points Souls made. And I also think, Harden's defense is too shoddy. Just around everything. So I gotta give it up to Kareem Abdul-Claw.
Anybody else care to wager in on one?
Mass? Nothing?
Working on it.
He's working on it.
See, I have one in my head. I'm trying to think of the other one.
All right, well, Baron, you got one?
Yeah, we'll take some. We'll pull some from the list here, and I'm happy to pull up stats if you guys want. We did some baseball ones, so we have Nomar Garcia-Parra and Dustin Pedroia versus Carlos Correa and Craig Biggio.
The Astros.
The Astro one?
Yeah.
It's intriguing.
Fuck Dustin Pedroia. Kyle, you think of the Red Sox?
I don't know.
Now, Riddler has a vendetta against Dustin Pedroia, which is fair. I kind of have
I don't have
similar
a vendetta.
feelings.
I just don't like him. It's not, like I'm not gonna. I don't get butthurt about it. I'm not like I don't think of him the way Mock thinks of Kevin Nash. Like that's not the way this is. I don't know. And the thing is like the reason I don't have a vendetta is because I don't really have a reason. There's just something about him I don't like.
It's his hairline.
No, it's not his hairline.
Well, I'd probably go to Houston. 3,000 hitter. Very, very talented shortstop.
3,000 hitter and 2B 3,000 hitter.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Nomar wasn't far off in it with the Red Sox. After that, he sucked.
Yeah.
But
So,
He was that dude.
Are we talking?
I also just don't think that Dustin Pedroia was as. I don't think Dustin Pedroia was ever as dominant defensively as Correa is now. Like I think Pedroia was a definitely above average defender, but I feel like Pedroia he was just like a really well balanced player. Like he got hits, he got on base, he has great on base base running knowledge. Like all those times that he slid into second and then went to
Right.
third because nobody was covering.
Very fundamentally sound player.
Right, like all
For
around.
sure.
But Carrera is he gets on base, he's got good base running knowledge, but he fucking he hits bombs, he's clutch, and he's a great defender. So I just feel like he trumps Pedroia, and I feel like Biggio trumps the other one.
Nomar.
Nomar Canseco.
Nomar Canseco, yeah.
So, are we talking about players that were fantastic for the team they played with, or
Keep it more like kind of like players teams are known for. So like the reason I backed off the Shaq, I was gonna do Shaq LeBron, but like I don't consider LeBron a Laker. Like in terms of like career wise. Like when LeBron's all done, I will not like I don't care how long he plays there, I will not look at LeBron and think Lakers. I will always think Cleveland. So does that change what you were gonna do?
it might?
All right. So I got one for you. Who's ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
You ready? All right. Joe Hayden. Well, I guess you don't think of him as a Steeler, right? Would you think of him more as a Brown?
Unless they win something.
All right, so we'll just go with it for now because he's kind of like he was like lights out for the Browns, but that didn't mean anything. So we'll go Joe Hayden and Ike Taylor, or Champ Bailey, and is Chris Harris still there? And
At
Chris
Denver?
Harris, yeah, and Chris Harris.
Probably Champ Bailey and Chris Harris.
Yeah, 100%.
Remember when the Bears had Chris Harris? Not that one,
Yeah.
but they did have a Chris Harris.
You know, the Bears have the most like original players in the league.
We have the real Chris Harris. We have the real Adrian Peterson.
All right, maybe we'll see.
Hold on. We're gonna talk about it at all, or no? Is it
No,
just
it's
pretty lights
stone.
out?
You know, I think not that Chris Harris, you know, is anything like Champ Bailey, but as far as a dominant, you know, guy who
He's pretty damn good.
See, I think the reason that duo would be so scary because Chris Harris is like a very underrated ball hawk, but
Yeah.
because like other than the time he had Talib, he has never really had that coverage guy. So like he's always been more conservative. But, like with like knowing that like if they go the other way, Champ Bailey's not giving up a pass, it kind of allows Chris Harris to ball hawk more.
Yeah.
I think that team would have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, so Mass, you got one?
Gonna try Judge and Jeter, or Trout and Pujols.
No,
No,
because
Tried.
they both play for the Angels now.
So, Mass, it's
Oh, yeah,
interesting
you
you
raised
say
a fair
that. Because we did something kind of like that. So
Like you could do like
I forgot.
Judge and
Pujols.
Jeter versus like Trout and Vlad.
Sure, we can go with Guerrero.
Trout and Vlad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Trout's better than Jeter and Judge.
So Souls and I came up with Trout and Griffey versus Bellinger and Bonds.
AL
So-
versus NL.
Wait, what? Like
Trout-
Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
He was a Dodger?
No, he's a Giant.
So
We did AL and NL. AL West versus NL West.
yeah, so we did it like
Oh, okay. So we did Trout and who?
Griffey.
Trout and Ken Griffey Jr. Trout and Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, by a lot. Like a whole lot.
The other one's very enticing as well.
No, it's not.
well, only because we've seen such a small thing of Bellinger so far, but he's already at 100 and something home runs. So
It was Bellinger and who?
Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Nah, no shot.
So my gut says Trout Griffey too, just because of the talent and just the both being amazing baseball players. I think it's definitely worth a conversation.
Let's put it this way: how far off is Trout, ability wise, like production wise, from Bonds in his prime? It's pretty close. Like, is he getting there? Yeah, Trout's not in his prime yet. So
Well, the weird thing about Barry Bonds is like he was like really good at the end. Like it's like he picked up from I don't know what we'd call it. When was the race? Yeah,
98 was the race.
98 was the race.
that was what?
And-
That was Ken Griffey Jr. No,
McGuire and
Sosa.
Sosa.
McGuire and Sosa. Yeah. What they both? What
So,
they,
like, from 2001 is when Bonds started to actually...
what they hit like 50, 58, and 59 home runs or something like that.
Who? Sosa?
Yeah, Sosa.
Yeah.
McGuire. It was like
It was the quest for 60, I believe.
because the home run, the title is 62.
73.
Or yeah, never mind, way off.
Bonds has that.
But the crazy thing, like even like
That
2006,
is so many home runs.
Yeah, and the sad part is, you know how many times he got walked
Yeah,
that
I was,
year?
like in 06, he was still being intentionally walked,
Remember-
which is crazy.
Remember when he got walked? They scored a run on a walk on purpose because they just didn't want to pitch to him.
Yeah.
The only other person that I would be that scared to pitch to would be Vlad, and that's just because when you intentionally walked him, he hit home runs.
Steps out of the box and swings
Like, I'm
anyway.
going to throw something to the dirt. Vlad's like, I'm just going to drop to my knees, and I'm just going to be at eye level, and I'm going to nail it. All right, did you have another one, Mass? You're not even thinking about these, are you?
I'm trying to think.
No, you're not. You're on
I,
Reddit.
I got a football
I can be
one.
on Twitter.
No, you can't.
Sure, I can.
No, you can't. You're looking at anime porn.
I-
You should be talking about great duos.
We
I'm
see
trying
it
to
on
think of
your
football
screen.
right now.
All right, well, think harder. I can think of thousands of football ones right off the top of my head. I got one for you right now. All right. So let's go with Edelman and Randy Moss versus Juju Smith-Schuster and Hines Ward.
Good one.
Because I think both Steelers guys are better than Edelman. But Randy Moss,
I'm going to take Moss and Edelman.
that guy's next level.
I'm going to take the two Steelers.
And
Because-
nobody in the room was surprised.
First of all,
This guy's trying on his Mike Mock hat tonight.
Okay, first of all, Mister, I think the Rams have the best running back duo in football.
You guys yell at me when I think my team sucks. You think
No. It's not
Well,
that.
I yell
But
at
they
you
don't.
because you need to support your team, but you don't need to have like hallucinage thoughts about your team. We gotta go.
We'll see at the end of the season. Souls,
And I
tell us about the receivers.
Yeah, it's looking like my 5 teams are going to have to bank on because Gordon's not going to be a Charger.
Because I think Embiid.
Is that a
I'm
shot?
thinking about my other duo, trying to figure out.
I like where we're going with this so far.
Embiid,
Go
Robert
ahead.
Downey Jr.
I think Ward and Juju together trumps the greatness of Moss, and I think Edelman doesn't. I already think Juju better than Edelman.
But here's the
I don't know
thing.
what I'm trying to say.
I think that you're going to be so preoccupied about covering Moss. Edelman's just going to get open underneath.
Hines
every
Ward's gonna
single time.
break your jaw,
Yep.
So we're
and Juju's gonna kill you with kindness.
There's only one. There's only one person on the field scarier than Hines Ward, and he destroyed Cortland Finnegan's career.
That's right. They call him Mr. Tape on the Nose Johnson.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
if they call him that.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
But-
All right. Anybody else got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Or do you want to keep discussing the other
I got
one?
well, I'm just going to support Kyle's point, being
Okay.
a fellow Steelers fan. You know, Edelman is the quintessential, scrappy
Well,
wide receiver.
I didn't really gear that question towards you because like Kyle doesn't hate the Patriots, but you do. So like, there's just like there's no way you'd ever. But yeah.
He hasn't played for them yet.
Yes.
Antonio Brown and Tim Brown, or Hopkins and Johnson.
Hopkins and Johnson.
Hopkins and Johnson.
Yeah.
Was Tim Brown a receiver?
Mhm.
It's funny. Every time I think of Brown, I just think of running back.
I thought it was
Even
a
though
good
he
one.
just said Antonio Brown.
I thought it was a good one.
That was a good one. I also had, I was going to kind of go Steelers receiver, but I also had Steve Largent and Doug Baldwin versus Antonio Brown and Lynn Swan.
That one.
Really? Kyle? Steve Largent.
I'm not saying about Steve Largent. I'm talking about Doug Baldwin. Not on the level of the other two.
Steve Largent, he ups that.
On a
He's
good receiving core, Doug Baldwin's a 2. He just happened to play for the Seahawks.
Yeah,
And
that's
he
fair.
paid the price for it.
But Steve Largent, Kyle, think about that.
Yeah.
100 plus touchdowns.
Okay.
I think he had like 101. 101.
Brady
In my
and Moss, or Montana and Rice.
Montana and Rice.
I didn't hear the first one.
Brady and Moss.
Yeah, Montana Rice.
Yeah.
They were pretty darn good.
I don't
Yeah.
care about the stickum.
But what?
The stickum?
Oh,
Well, the players wearing the gloves today, it's basically wearing you stick 'em.
facts. These are facts. So, Embiid and Irving.
No, it's not.
Embiid and Iguodala. You said Embiid earlier.
Yeah,
so-
I know.
Oh.
It's Embiid and Iverson.
Yeah, God, that's like the most stupid one ever.
Embiid and Iverson.
I personally think Pistons when I think Iverson, but all right. They were so bad there, like so bad. Like at least he was like doing shit for the Nuggets. He was bad as a Piston. He was just bad.
He
Real
made the
dark-
All-Star game with the Nuggets, with
Real-
the Pistons.
Yeah, but that's just because it was Iverson. It wasn't because he played well. It
Or
was kind of like how Dirk made the All Star game this year. That kind of thing.
Luka and Dirk.
See, I don't like that one because it's too new. Like,
Okay. Ray Allen and
Tony Allen.
Steven Adams.
Iverson and Embiid.
You had to think about it.
No, I don't.
You did for a second.
No. No, I thought about, like, where the fuck are you going with this? And then I was like, oh, yeah, Thunder Sonics. That's what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about who won.
Got a good one here. I'm excited for Riddler.
I was thinking of
here.
something with Jokic, but I don't think any of the old Nugget point guards are any good. Iverson and Embiid or Iverson and Jokic?
Jokic. Jokic, for sure. Ooh, I got one for Souls real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Souls, you ready? Souls?
I'm listening.
Souls?
Yeah.
You listening?
Yarp.
Right now?
Yarp.
Right. De'Aaron Fox
Yarp.
and Oscar Robinson.
Yarp.
The point guard Oscar Robinson.
Gotcha.
Not the power. Or...
Should have got that guy as a center.
I thought for the longest fucking time. For the longest time. I was like, dude, this guy's a center. There's no fucking shot. Okay, all right. So, what did I say before?
Fox.
De'Aaron Fox and Oscar Robinson, or Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas?
The first one.
No way. Derrick Rose is better than De'Aaron Fox, even now.
I just like Oscar.
Yeah. Take your shirt off.
All right, this one's geared for Riddler.
Oh, is this hockey?
No.
Oh, all right.
Paul Konerko and Frank Thomas,
Ooh.
or Mark McGuire, Albert Pujols.
Mark McGuire now. Walls.
I choose White Sox.
I mean, it's a good combo, and it actually happened.
Kind of.
Kind of. Well, it happened. It happened. It was a thing.
I mean, but, like, you're talking two guaranteed Hall of Famers versus a guaranteed Hall of Famer and a maybe Hall of Famer.
Hey, eugenics.
No, he's the guaranteed one. Paul Konerko is the maybe. I mean, like, Paul Konerko was just, like, he meant a lot to the franchise. I mean, he was a great baseball player. Like, don't get me wrong. He hit a lot of home runs. He got on base a lot of RBIs. He was...
I choose the White Sox because I despise Pujols because of Jeff.
All right, so you don't actually mean it then. All right, so you picked it in the same way that Kendall picks anything against the Patriots. Okay.
You know what's funny, though? As big as a Pirate fan...
But, like,
Jeff
realistically, could you really pick anybody... Could you pick them over Mark McGuire and Pujols? Realistically.
See, I was trying to with Griffey, and I couldn't find another Mariner. I could do A-Rod. I would do that one.
No, you can't because it's got to be a current guy. So it'd be like Malik Smith and Ken Griffey Jr.
We toyed with that one. That was one that almost was a thing.
What we don't have to do for just defense.
We did one. This was kind of cool too. Jose Fernandez and Pudge Rodriguez, or DeGrom and Gary Carter, which have been, both pretty cool. I mean, Pudge being, arguably one of the best catchers of all time, and Fernandez, who was just a freak,
I
of
choose
ability.
the Marlins one only for the potential that could be.
Right. And, we discussed kind of briefly that, where Gary Carter, had, a lot of success with the Mets, I think a big portion of his MLB career is in an Expos uniform.
And don't get me wrong, like, when you think of Pudge, you think of Texas Rangers, but he won a World Series, the Marlins.
Yeah. And I think an impactful player, like a big reason why they win.
And, like, that's the same reason I choose Fernandez, because I think if he was alive, that team would be totally different. Those guys would have stayed. They would have been in the postseason.
And it's interesting too. We chose Gary Carter when we could have chose Piazza, but here's the deal. It's kind of it's almost one and the same. Not that where Piazza played a majority of his career elsewhere or anything like that. It just, I think the two players are comparable in a lot of ways.
Because Piazza was kind of a bad defensive catcher.
Yeah, kind of. Definitely more offensively driven.
Yeah.
Good ball player.
And
good.
Pudge was good at both, and so was Gary Carter. So I agree with the comparisons that we did with that.
I think we made the right decision.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Mass?
Yeah.
2 years.
What did we say?
You were talking about Piazza and how horrible of a defensive catcher he was.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do one more baseball one.
No, I got one.
You got one? All right.
Are you guys ready for it now?
Oh, I'm ready.
He's not that ready.
Okay.
Steve Largent
And Dikembe Mutombo.
versus Steve Irwin.
And Dikembe Mutombo.
Steve
You're
Irwin.
you done now?
I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm struggling a little bit.
Boom.
Yeah. Forget it.
I got one. Brady Quinn.
I was gonna do Giolito and Mark Burley versus Hamels and Nola, but I think that would be very easy. The Phillies, even though Cole Hamels is overrated, much better Ranger.
Much
Anyways.
better Ranger.
Brady Quinn and Braylon Edwards.
I'm liking this.
Or
This is terrible. I love it.
Chad Pennington
Oh,
and Lavernius Coles.
Oh, that all day. I'm not even entertaining the thought of Brady Quinn. Braylon Edwards, number 17, right?
Yeah.
Number 17? Yeah,
He was also a Jet.
that's right. Also, more number 17.
Also bad.
Oh. He had some moments, but that's a guy who could have been really good, but just couldn't get it together. I like you pulling the Brady Quinn out there. That was good. Do you guys remember there was a fantasy commercial, fantasy football commercial? Guys that got the phone saying, yeah, I got Brady. No, Brady Quinn.
No, the
Patrick
only-
Mahomes and Tony Gonzalez. Or Andrew Luck and Dallas Clark.
Well.
Give me Mahomes.
That's tough. He's like, I say Gonzalez, more for Gonzalez than Mahomes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where, like, Dallas Clark was really good, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Gonzalez is good regardless of who's throwing to him. And that's tough. That's a really good one.
I was going to do Sharp, but I can't do Flacco.
You could do
Osweiler.
Osweiler Sharp. He just signed. He got a 2-year deal with the Texans.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did. Pretty sure he went back. Matt's going to have to double check that.
What am I looking up?
Didn't Brock Osweiler sign with the Texans again? He got like a 2-year deal. Maybe I just saw that, or
No, he's a free
dreamed it.
agent right
No,
now.
okay, maybe I just dreamed it. Or I saw like the time where he got signed with the Texans for a lot of money.
He was with the Dolphins last year, but he hasn't been touched this year.
Ah, damn! Sorry, guys.
What would you choose?
I missed it. What was it? Sorry.
Mahomes and Gonzalez?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one was
Luck and...
Luck
Clark.
and Clark. Yeah. Ravens Clark?
No.
No, that was the best one.
Ah, man, I forgot he went there. A stain on a good career.
You know who's a good tight end?
Who?
Todd Heap.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Poor guy, though.
Yeah, let's not even go into it. Had some misfortune.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for that guy.
This one was pretty cool. We did a starter and a closer. So we did Andy Pettit and Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman and Jake Peavy. Or Jake Peavy, Trevor Hoffman. Would be.
PV Hoffman.
I think I'm still going with Pettit Rivera.
I have no basis for it. I said I just like Jake Peavy.
Which is fair. I like Jake Peavy a lot. And I like Trevor Hoffman a lot. But Rivera's really good. And Pettit, he's all right.
He was a postseason pitcher.
It was sad because Hoffman, it took him like 9 tries to get to 600 saves. He just kept like blowing saves. It was like sad.
It was like his last year as a Brewer.
Right. But still.
Which I could have had his shirt, by the way.
What do you mean you could have had his shirt?
It was that cold.
Then why didn't you get like recently?
No, like 4 years ago.
Well, still. Why would you not get that shirt?
Dude, couldn't tell you.
And that's that.
And that's that.
I wish I did.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you know all the jerseys I have? All the scrub players that were good for like a year that I just got out of impulse. Like, I see a guy, yeah, I'm getting his jersey. I never missed the boat on a jersey. Never, ever. Anybody have any more before we go to break?
Yep. Rick Vaughn and Pedro Serrano.
Versus?
Henry Rowan Gardner.
Yeah. And
Gary Busey.
That's a good one.
It wasn't Gary Busey.
Gary Busey was in Rookie of the Year.
Was he? As what?
The pitcher that was washed up.
He's
Oh,
in,
yeah.
He's in it as Gary Busey.
I'm thinking of The other guy.
What, the Home Alone guy?
Not Daniel Stern. But I'm thinking of the... I thought I heard the different name. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been working
Vaughn
on
Serrano.
one.
Or the Rocket.
I've been working on one, but I can't, get it.
Need a second guy?
No, yes and no. I'm working on something. I'm working on something.
All right, here we go. Jack Daniels, Coors Light versus Jaeger and
That one.
High Life.
Yeah, that one. Why would you even ask me that?
Well, I know there's people. See, Kyle went Jack Daniels, Coors Light.
No, he didn't.
You said it.
Not if he wants a ride home, he didn't.
I didn't.
Motherfucker.
I'm also going Jaeger and High Life.
I can go for a Frauser sandwich right now.
Want to go on break?
I made Kyle a grilled cheese for dinner on the grill.
Yeah, how was
See,
that?
it was
No.
good.
It was
One gripe. Just use one thing of cheese, man. Just American cheese. You don't need to put 8 different cheeses in
I
it.
wanted the other cheese on it. I want it.
I'm just letting you know.
Well, usually we were running low on cheese, so I kind of want to make it stretch. One slice of cheese is on a grilled cheese. It's kind of sad,
To put like 5.
but I didn't have 5.
Why didn't we buy it at the store?
I didn't think. I just I thought I had more cheese. So that was
by
a
the way.
chance. My bad. It's my accent. I'm from upstate.
We just got very off subject.
Well, we're having some fun.
Yeah,
It's
this is a fun hour.
I'm two shots in early. I'm kind of sweaty.
Yeah, too.
Feeling good. I'm
Riddler, how's that coming?
trying to get some more stock in me.
We'll probably just go to break. I'll work on it while we're on break, and I'll come back
Hey,
with it.
we'll help you out.
No.
I think it's a good way to come back from the break. We'll have some time. Let
Bobby Boucher and
ideas
Gary
marinate.
Bertier
Okay.
versus... what's the guy's name from the Gridiron game? Willie
Megan?
Weathers? Willie Weathers.
Oh, Gridiron Gang. Yeah, Willie Weathers.
Willie Weathers and
Earl Meggett.
ACL tear.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Bobby Boucher, though. All day. Bobby Boucher's unstoppable. On both sides of the ball, honestly. So. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk about maybe some guilty pleasures, some dicks and butts and stuff like that.
Hopefully, Machcine joins.
Yeah,
us.
hopefully, a guy gets off his ass and does something. But, we'll be back in, 5 minutes, something like that. We're going to enjoy this AC, drink a little beer, and we'll be back in a hot minute on the PPRN Radio Network.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
No. Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by, Headband
Degenerates.
Souls, super califragilistic and the Red Bear Un.
Hey, guys, give me a
Oh,
Give me a
Oh!
Mass,
wanna listen to
give me a
something?
And give me a
You guys want to hear something
Back.
Rebecca's going to have to edit?
Hit him with the one shot.
there we go. Mass has got his rappers.
All right, so I thought of it. What I was trying to do was come up with a team that had... So, I did it with the Bears and the Eagles. So it's like a Bears receiver... they have a receiver... They have an ex-Eagles receiver, and the Eagles have an ex-Bears receiver.
That's very in
Alshon
depth.
Jeffrey.
Right.
and-
So it's going to be Alshon Jeffrey and Trey Burton for the Bears, or Alshon Jeffrey and Trey Burton for the Eagles.
Eagles.
What?
I
Why?
disagree. I got to go with the Bears one. Because though, Trey Burton did have the
Philly special.
the Philly special. I mean, what else has he done? Exactly.
He had a lot of promise, but he was back up to Zach Ertz, so he didn't get as much time as he showed.
I forgot Trey Burton was on the Bears.
So did a lot of people.
It's one of those.
Didn't forget Khalil Mack was there, though. He sacked me 5 times yesterday.
In real life. It's crazy.
Oh, you guys hung out with Khalil?
Yeah, he was at Wahlburgers.
We were in Buffalo.
It just happened.
You guys never call me anymore.
Why
Yeah.
would we?
You
I
never call
love
us.
Khalil.
We always have to call you.
There's a song like that. Don't call us, we'll call you.
No, we have to call you in order to hang out.
It's not true.
It is true.
It's what I have to do for you. What
I
are you
hate talking on
about?
the phone.
It's so
Text
true.
us.
No, I hate doing that too. Just show up. It's easier for me.
Or just show up to our house.
It's easier.
It's a two.
for
Out of the 3 people that are talking about this, 2 of us live in the same house.
I'd rather change
That's right,
my
me and
plans.
Rebecca.
I'd rather change the plans that I don't have, for you guys just to show up. Just easier for me.
All right, this is happening now. You're here. Done.
What if you're at work?
That's what it is.
That's right. All right, so this was a mock segment.
Fuck it.
I
We're going to
think,
do it
well,
without him.
I guess it was a. Was it you came up with that?
No.
Oh,
What?
you got a text from Mock
Uh-oh. Getting
about to jump on some dick.
All
Nah,
right.
you're about to jump on.
Nope. Let's start this segment. What is it?
it wasn't that funny, but it just.
Oh, so while waiting for Mock, Ken has a funny story that I said earlier.
So, Kyle was very nice in helping me clean all my knickknacks. I got a lot of, alcohol manifesto.
You know what's funny? Kyle asked me, was it today or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Kyle asked me yesterday morning, he goes, I wonder if Kendall's drunk right now. And I just laughed because I was like, the answer could always be yes.
This is true. But Kyle's helping me move a lot of my merch and whatnot. And we're looking through some of Rita's stuff, too. And there was a poster of Super Bowl 42, I believe it was. And and all a bunch of Giants players, Eli's on it, Mario Manningham. And then Kyle goes, you know your team's bad when your kicker is on the poster. And it was just
It wasn't
so
even a good player. It was
Aaron Donald and Deacon Jones or Khalil Mack and Brian Urlacher?
Ooh.
tie.
I wanted to do it for the Steelers, but I was just like, TJ Watt?
Yeah, now, but a couple years ago, you'd be fine.
That is.
I guess I could do Cam Hayward. But even now, he's not as good as he was.
That's tough.
Your front seven doesn't have a solo on his own, dominant guy right now.
For now.
For now.
Until number 55 plays good.
That's right. Devin Bush.
I'm a big
going
fan
with
of the
the
show
Hall of
today. Matt,
Yeah?
have you been looking up some facts about all dogs go to heaven?
No.
He's on a hate site of that movie right now.
No, I can't look up facts. I got to watch the movie.
Oh, that's true. The stipulation
You know what's
is
gonna
as
happen.
such.
If I was Mass, I wouldn't care about the 5 shots. He's going to watch the movie. He's going to watch
I pick what I do the shots of.
That.
The stock.
It's there for a reason.
Because, let me tell you something. If I watched that movie, I would fall asleep at least 4 times before I finished it.
So
In an hour and
if I-
24 minutes.
So if I record myself watching this, is this good enough? I have a GoPro at home. I'll record the entire fucking thing.
It seems excessive.
I would watch you watch a movie. I probably would stop watching you watch the movie at some point and just watch the movie. But I'd get bored of you after about an hour. I'd want to watch the ending.
You have 24 minutes. You might as well just finish it out.
Nah, that's where the climax is.
Both
When
of
you
them.
reach the climax.
Ooh.
Here I go again on my own. All right,
Now that is a good joke for that thing mentioned before. Masturbation. So we're waiting on Machcine
Yeah, give me a...
Watchable.
Ah!
All right, so I officially say we give Mock 4 minutes. and then he's
Well,
done.
now we got to give him some benefit of the doubt. So he's been drinking, so he should be up to speed. I saw.
Yeah, I texted him 3 minutes ago. Said, "Lucky we're going to start without." Wow. Lucky, we were going to start your segment without you.
All right, he has until 9:20. It's currently 9:16.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
when he gets on, we all have to call him fat.
That's what.
Listeners, if you're listening,
If you're listening,
listeners,
if you're on, join us in calling Mock fat. On a count of 4.
3, 2.
2, 1.
oh man, that was his cue.
that was
He didn't know he couldn't read. Baby, so
You know,
It just means
The
that he's
best
not
decision I
listening.
made today was not wearing socks.
all right. Landry Jones and none of these guys are active for the teams. But Landry Jones and Eli Rogers, or Marquise Wilson and Mike Glennon.
Eli Rogers is on the active roster.
Okay, then fine.
Marcus Wheaton?
He's not a Bear, though.
Hmm?
No. I'm trying to think of a bad Bears receiver right now.
Marky, there's Eli Rogers for the Steelers.
Yeah.
He's the one that's done it active.
No, so I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Mark.
Kevin White, you can go with.
He's not a Bear anymore.
Where is he?
Cardinals.
Who is it?
Fitz.
Kevin White.
He'll break out for some reason.
Yeah, it'll be really annoying.
Yo.
You're fat.
You're fat. You didn't count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're fat.
And all of our listeners said it too. The beard's coming in nice though.
Thank you.
You were my toast of excellence today.
It's true you
Well,
were.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Do you know why you were the toast of excellence?
I know why.
Why were you?
Because when he drinks, especially with a full beard, he kind of gets those like penis-colored lips.
I like your hair right now.
Really crooked. There we go.
Can you show us the artwork?
Hold on.
Speckles of Sin. That's
There it
amazing.
is.
You've had a different room every time, but that painting room remains.
How we doing, fellas? I'm sorry I'm so late.
Yeah,
We're doing better than you. You know why?
We're gonna segue back real quick to read. Yes, every
Hold on,
room.
hold
All
on.
right.
You know why we're doing better than you, Mock?
Why is that?
Because the Red Baron and I introduced 2 new Black Hog beers, so we have just piles of wax here.
Oh, that's cool.
And we got an AC going.
But because I like you and what you're doing for me, I'm going to save the wax so you can have it for the next show.
But we got an AC going.
Yeah, there's an AC down here now.
Yeah, I was there when me and Kendall were on Peter's show last week. It's real nice, isn't it?
It's better, but not great.
No, Kyle, it is great compared to what it was. Should I tell you guys what I have?
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Well, did you watch All Dogs Go to Heaven first?
Have you seen All Dogs Go to Heaven?
I saw that movie. I was maybe 7 years old.
So you saw it, though?
Yeah, I've seen it.
All right, so Mass hasn't seen it. So Mass, because we gave him
All
notice
right.
and he didn't watch it.
I
By next
may have.
Hey, no. You can't change it now. So Mass, by next week, he's not going to be here next week. So he has to call into the show. It's his responsibility. He's got to call into the show and give us a 3-minute spiel on what he thinks about All Dogs Go to Heaven, favorite character, how it affected him emotionally, yada, yada, yada. If we do not hear from him by the time we sign off next week, he owes 5 shots of private stock in under 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Know that if I do that, I'm going to throw up.
I'll drive you home. That's fine.
No. I'll throw up within that 10 minutes.
No, but you have to finish the
So-
shots. If you throw up, you have to start the shots over.
That's fine. I'm going to throw up all over the studio.
You
No,
won't
you
throw up after the first shot today.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Matt, here.
We got a nice Jaeger Hennessy blend going in the
Yeah, I see. It looks a little dark.
Matt,
Yeah. You like mine and Souls' headbands?
You know, I can't see yours. Hold on.
I'm wearing the same one.
Yours is cool. Kyle's is dumb.
bitch, you said it was cool yesterday.
I got good hair for it. That's the thing.
So let me tell you about my beard here.
Oh, do you have a toast of excellence first? Nope.
No.
All right.
So the beer I have here is from the Mayflower Brewing Company
Ooh, nice. Real closet
It's-
brewery.
from Plymouth, MA. Now, I saw
Missouri.
it, and I bought it on the name just because I thought it was kind of funny. It's called Love and Wrestling. Let me see if I can kind of
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, nice.
get it in there.
Nice. A double dry hop New England double IPA.
I like it. It's like the
Yeah.
neon light.
So that's a DDHIPNEDIPA. That's the LGBTQ of the beers.
Did you say that one more time?
It's the DDHP DIP DIPA. It's the LGBTQ of beers. Your toast of excellence is the Yankees sweeping the Red Sox, by the way.
You know, I did just think of one, but I don't want Paul to get mad.
You can go ahead and say it. It's okay.
You know, Jordy Nelson was always kind of a preferred player of mine, and he retired.
He retired a long time ago.
He just retired the other day. So
I
you're
felt like
wrong.
he said he was retiring at the beginning of the offseason.
The Rock also retired from wrestling.
No, he just retired as a Packer.
Mark, you ready for this? Just quick WWE thing. So The Rock retired from wrestling, and in the same day, the Undertaker signed a contract for life.
Yeah. The Undertaker sucks.
Thank you.
Kyle, you have no bearing on what is a good wrestler.
What are you going to do when Souls comes wild on you?
Kyle's
When
basis
he
for a wrestler.
comes wild.
No, but Kyle's basis for a good wrestler is he has to be good on the mic, and it doesn't matter how terrible he is in the ring.
Yeah, so The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock's not a top 5 wrestler. Not even close. Not even
Rock's
top
a
10.
terrible wrestler. He was a good talker.
Yeah. And he was a heel.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But Kyle's also a bad judge of talent.
That's
So are
true.
you.
Blake Bortles, Kyle.
Jameis Winston.
Baker Mayfield.
Josh Freeman. Kyle, you can say Baker Mayfield all you want. I'm not the only guy that thinks he's going to be good.
And he also is
I was the only one to think Blake Bortles was going to be good.
I like he's like battling through the shot he took. He's like,
I'll give you that, Kyle. You and the Jaguars front office were flying solo on that one.
Blaine Gabbert.
He was good.
He was not
I have a
good
soft spot for
ever.
Jaguar quarterbacks, if you haven't noticed.
Kyle, you're
Why?
wrong about most quarterbacks.
I don't know.
Oh, did you know that? I saw this today. If Ryan Fitzpatrick logs 1 start as a Miami Dolphin, he will have officially started for 25% of NFL
I
teams.
saw that.
oh man, we better.
That's cool.
He will.
So here's the thing. I want to do, and I think Kendall will do this as well with me.
Kendall, get the mouse off my face.
I want to do a Chinese jersey order. I want to get all the Ryan Fitzpatrick jerseys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to get all 8 of them.
Can I be Buffalo?
No. I want all 8.
Oh, we're okay.
I don't want everyone to get their own. I personally want all 8 jerseys.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna- and if I can't get them through the Chinese website, I'll custom order them.
I'm gonna keep it in my car too.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
L'chaim.
Hi.
All right, so we're starting off. Mock, since you're here, you care to explain your segment?
Whoa. So,
How's that DDHP DIPA treating you?
that thing is heavy. That's heavy duty stuff.
How many buds prior? I saw
5.
a bucket. 5. Ooh, good man. 5 bud heavies.
Had 5.
oh
with
my
dinner.
God.
Thistles?
What, Kyle?
Yankees were up 6-1. Another tied.
Yeah,
That sounds all right.
we left right around the time the Orioles started kind of streaking together some hits. But so the segment I threw at Paul was everyone has a sports guilty pleasure. Now, do you know what that means?
Yes.
What does it mean, Kyle?
I like how you target me.
Well,
You
you're the
don't
one that
answer.
answered, you dick.
What it is like something that you
It
don't
is
want
what it
anybody else
is.
to know.
Like you're embarrassed that you like it.
Yeah. But I just said in a more complex
Yeah.
way.
So,
I hope that
so
you
Kyle,
fuck up shaving.
So, Kyle, since you talked, what is your sports guilty pleasure? I know you have one.
I really, really, really enjoy Freddie Freeman
As a player or like a
as a player.
As a man.
as a man. His chiseled jawline.
I honestly think he's the best first baseman in baseball.
All right. Anything else?
Well, no, we'll go around the horn. We'll keep doing it, then we can discuss them.
Yeah, I feel like I got a million of them.
I hate him.
What's yours, Matt? You got one?
I love watching the Patriots.
Oh my God! Fired him from the show.
Yeah, I knew he was a devil worshiper. Knew it.
Well, Kendall, that's gonna be yours too.
Come on. Yeah.
That's-
Well, do you have any more to say about that, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, you got anything to add to that? Or at all? No?
Do I have to add any more to it?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to know just how much I don't like you anymore.
That'll probably be one of the 2 games I watch every week is the Patriots and the Rams.
I guess I'll go
Paul?
next. Since 2011, I wish Matt Stafford was in a Bears uniform.
That's a winner right there.
He's a good
That's what I
quarterback.
was looking for.
Yeah.
You care to elaborate?
I think he's a very underrated quarterback that has played behind a terrible offensive line for bad coaching and no offensive talent for years.
I can get behind that.
He's always like top 5, top 7 in yards. Guy throws touchdowns. He's tough as nails.
He scores late.
Yeah, he's very clutch. I like him a lot.
I wish I got his jersey instead of Sue.
Having a Duncan Sue jersey.
Yeah, he also has a Josh Freeman jersey.
I wanted to go
Yeah,
Garrett
okay.
Blunt.
He was the next great thing.
No, I wanted to go Garrett Blunt. They didn't have it.
The great thing about Kyle is there's been the next great thing every year.
Yeah,
What's
this
the
year
next
it's
great
Sam Darnold.
And they're never the next great thing. Ever.
So this year, Joe Flacco.
Daniel Jones?
You really have no reason to hate Joe Flacco.
Yes, I do.
Why?
All right, we're not getting into this. Mock, do you have one?
Well, Kendall's up next.
No.
Well, technically, you're to my left.
Okay, so I guess mine is that I really dislike how much I like the Red Sox youth team. Most of those players I like a lot, and I hate that.
All right.
I hate it a lot. I hate how much I like Mookie Betts. I can't wait till he's on another team. Benintendi, Dever, like that team. I like the players on the team. I hate the franchise.
So
And it
basically, how you
sucks.
feel about Bryce Harper?
No, I mean, I don't hate Bryce Harper.
No, but you hate the Phillies.
I hate the Phillies for one reason, and it's the guy wearing that headband.
I hate the Yankees for all of your fans.
Specifically, the Jankowskis.
That is fair.
The same reason
Actually,
why I
you
hate
know
the
what's-
Giants and the Cowboys.
Kyle, you know what's funny? I was actually talking to your cousin about that the other day, and he was like, "How could it be me? I'm like the most realistic Yankees fan." I was like, "Yeah, all right." No.
Right, Baron?
Oh man, there's so many things. No, actually, it really is nothing Patriot related. I just despise him so much. This isn't exactly what Mock is talking about, but it kind of is. So this is an example. Like happens fairly often. Like the Mets will be up like big, and they'll blow a lead, and then they'll start like losing big, and then I start rooting for the other team. Like, come on, just another run. Let's give them another run. Really stretch this out. Like, really,
Pile it on.
I want to lose big. It's kind of bizarre, not exactly, but I do that a lot, and it used to happen to the Mets a lot. So
Still does.
still does. So
Souls, you got another one? I got one. I'm happy the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup.
really,
Why is that a guilty pleasure then?
because it's a division rival.
I know, but you hate the Bruins more than you like the Blues, don't you?
No.
Oh, never mind.
No, but I dislike Zdeno Chara that
Okay.
much.
I thought there was something about that team that you hated more than anything.
But no, it's not that. It's
Slow
just
clap from souls.
there's always for me. Luckily, the team I hate most in the world, I don't have to worry about ever feeling this way about. There's always something about seeing a team winning its first championship.
Magical.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, which is why I could always fuck the Packers in the ass. Fuck them.
So then, Paul, I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Were you happy to see the Cubs win a World Series?
No,
All right.
not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I like Draymond Green a lot.
Is that real?
I like Draymond Green. He's a
Wow.
he's a real rat bastard, but he's my kind of guy.
Oh man.
Wow.
You know what the thing is though?
Out of, like, left field.
I can't guarantee it, but I think Jeff would say the same thing.
Yeah, I've given a lot of thought, and I kind of want to be a lot like him. Seems
Is
like
he like your modern day Jerome Bettis?
no, because I think I want someone with a little bit more talent. But as far as the drawing goes and being a real rat bastard, he's my kind of guy. Like a guy who stirs the pot.
Come on, Souls, you gotta have more of these. Somebody as involved in the sports world as you. I know you're so transparent with us for the most part, but there's got to be small ones there.
I don't hate the Bengals.
Can you even muster enough hate for that?
I hated some players, but not the team.
Kyle hated Vontaze Perfect, but loves AJ Green.
I think Kyle also has a secret soft spot for Pac-Man Jones.
No, I don't like him, but I really like Andy Dalton.
You love AJ Green.
I do.
You like Andy Dalton?
I do. I don't think it's his fault that
been
the team
so
sucks.
terrible.
I don't think it's his fault that he's had a rough couple of years.
Is it funny that his nickname is also a dog's penis?
Yeah, but they gave away all his talent, got rid of his offensive line, had no defense.
Oh, the Red Rocket. All right,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Didn't know the
I'm sitting
slang.
here, I'm like, why do they call him Ginger Dicks?
I think
Yeah,
he's a
but,
very good quarterback. I think with a good team, he's a good quarterback. Just they suck.
So basically, what you're saying is exactly what Mock and I have been arguing for Joe Flacco for years.
Now, Joe Flacco just sucks.
It's not worth
There's
it, Mock.
that personal hatred.
Mass? You got one?
Trying to think of one. One that's not immediately obvious.
Okay. Mock, you got another one? You haven't done 2 yet.
You know, I mean, I've already kind of talked about it on the show. Like, I like Carson Wentz, but, like, the Eagles were always a team that, like, yeah, they were a division rival, and, like, I don't like them, but they're... I
already
know,
knew that.
I never really, like, cared about the Eagles enough to, like, really dislike them.
We already knew that. When your whole fantasy team went to Philadelphia Eagles.
No, that was Vito.
Same thing.
That was Vito when he had all 3 running backs for the Eagles starting.
And then last year with the Ravens.
Yeah, that seems to be his theme.
All right.
No, with the Bengals. The year before that was the Ravens.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a very soft spot for the Cardinals, for the Arizona Cardinals.
My favorite team. I love them.
A very soft spot, and I feel bad every year because every single year their quarterback gets injured, it's us who does it.
I didn't know that.
Every single year that Carson Palmer went out, he was injured in a Rams game, usually the second one of the season. But
I love Russell Wilson.
God, why are you ashamed to say that?
I hate him. I hate that team.
You could just stop it right there.
Wilson.
We all know that I hate the Seahawks. They're the most boring fucking team to watch.
No,
God,
that's not
that
true.
is so outrageous.
It's not.
That's not even close to
To me, it is.
Russell Wilson is one of the most exciting quarterbacks to watch play.
Yeah. Look at the rest of the team.
You don't
What
need
do
to. He's exciting.
What do they do that's special? No
Russell
exciting plays.
Wilson.
No exciting plays.
I'd like to go next if that's okay, once you guys are done.
And I've told everybody I hate him for a long time.
You don't think it's interesting that they pull some scrub running back that was selling hot dogs the day before who comes out and rushes for 150 yards?
Pete
No.
Carroll did coach the Patriots at one point, so runs in the blood.
Pre-nose job, Pete Carroll.
Speaking of nose jobs, Red Baron.
I like Blue Moon a lot.
What?
Blue Moon, I like it.
You gave me so much shit for years.
I'll drink it. I've ordered it many times at restaurants.
I love Bud Light Lime. There's no shame in saying it.
I already knew that.
I love it. It's so citrusy and refreshing. I fucking love it.
Tell you what, anyone else ever really regret making up a segment? 'Cause there goes that right there.
I don't like Muck.
That's a guilty pleasure.
If only you thought that was really true.
It's not. I wanted to make it seem real.
I mean, we can keep going. I have tons of
ahead,
sports
Matt.
guilty pleasures. I just
Shoot me
wanted to
another
make a mention too.
I like watching Kyle kiss you guys.
I just wanted to mention
Because it's not me he's kissing. That's the only reason.
Not because you get off on it?
No, it's not for DDHP, DIPA, LGBTQ reasons, but
Oh, Mock's getting kissed on the trip.
No, he's not.
Oh, you
I
are.
informed Mock, don't worry, I informed Mass that the Jenny Craig diet doesn't come with the Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, you better be ready for sheets, my man.
And we're stopping, and I want one thing for my birthday from all of you. Just one thing.
Cheese curds.
Nope.
White Castle.
I want everybody to eat at White Castle with me.
I'll eat there.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Actually, that's a good way to prepare for sheets. That'll put you right on the fast track.
Come on, Mock, say it.
I'll eat White Castle for Paul's birthday.
I made Bob eat it. Saturday, he hated it so much.
So can we rent a second room just so we can have a spare toilet?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
That's not how this works.
No. Nobody can sleep in that room. We just have a second toilet.
We do have
I'm
a
not
second toilet.
paying $140 for a toilet.
We do have a second toilet.
It
It's called
is
the
not-
bathtub.
It's called the sink. You want to shit, break the window open and go down the side of the building.
Like a man.
Kyle almost shit outside last time we were at Philly.
There's too many people walking.
I had another. Oh, you know another guilty pleasure?
What's that?
I shit on Tony Romo for years, but I love him as an announcer.
I've rooted for the Patriots to win every Super Bowl they've been in.
Oh, God.
That hurts.
Everyone they've been
You
in.
just said you... Oh, because they played the Rams.
That hurts.
Paul, I've never wanted to pour out Bourbon counties more in my life.
Hey, man. You can do whatever you want. Just know that everyone you pour is $12.50 down the drain. Just know that everyone you pour is a buy one, get one half off Funko Pop.
I think Funko Pops are stupid.
And Soul's going for the jugular.
My opinion.
You know what's interesting about the Bourbon counties, though? Though Mock got them for Paul, they're gonna go right into my hands because I hold Paul's. I'm like Paul's keeper of the Bourbon counties.
Now, you said that like you're like, oh, I'll make sure he only has two. What's your motive here?
No, Moto. I'm just saying that, like, you know, he'll get to look at them, and then I will take them and keep them with the others.
Mighty Ducks is a terrible movie.
It's not a guilty pleasure. You love it.
No, I don't love that movie at all, Kyle.
All right.
I don't think it's a guilty.
I would
pleasure-
like the Giants
guilty
to vote
pleasure.
for Chris.
Guilty pleasure. I watch the movie Eddie every time it's on. Every single time.
I don't think it's a guilty pleasure, but I love Tony Romo as a quarterback.
Oh,
It's not a guilty pleasure. It's just kind of just sums up your life.
it's kind of a bad take.
A guilty pleasure of mine.
I love Devontae Adams.
Oh, really?
I kind of had a feeling about that.
Not as much as I used to like Mike Davis, though.
I had a feeling about it because Devontae Adams has been like the one Packers player that Paul has never really said anything bad against.
No. There is actually two Packers. I think Kendall could guess both of them. Two Packers that I actually love with like all my heart. I think everybody here can name one, but there's two.
Is one of them Adams?
No, neither of them are active in the NFL.
Brett Favre. And oh my God,
Can I say one to be funny?
It's not AJ Hawk.
I think it's not active. Never mind.
are you a Donald Driver guy?
Nah, fuck him, dude.
No.
Greg Jennings?
I hated him almost as. I think my least favorite Packer of all time is Jermichael Finley.
Which is a funny guy because
That guy only lit it up against the Bears. Only.
Greg Jennings and
I want you to know, Greg Jennings is a good guess, but no. Here's the thing. Donald Driver one time had a 7-game streak of not catching more than one pass for more than 10 yards. And then the game against the Bears, he caught 14 passes for 172 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like it was bad coverage.
Charles Woodson.
Don't think I won't drive to Mass. Yes.
I'm going with
Charles
him.
Woodson?
Nah, it's Favre and Woodson.
Yeah.
Are we driving this?
We're not driving to Mass anymore. We're driving to Mass.
What the hell is the guy's name? I can't think of the guy's name.
You love Troy Polamalu. Admit it, Mark.
I don't love Troy Polamalu. I respect him as a good player, but I don't love Troy Polamalu.
Fire.
What's the opposite of a guilty pleasure?
I don't know.
Unpopular opinion?
Sure.
Like something you want everybody to know you like?
I'll always watch the Jets. Always. If they're on, I'm watching them. And I want everyone to know.
I was a big Mark Sanchez fan.
I can no problem with Sanchez.
Was that before or after he tried to fuck his center with a football?
Both.
It's not his fault that the center got in his way.
Cal, he ran directly into his ass.
Maybe the center backed his ass into him.
Like literally directly into it.
I mean, it's a guilty pleasure given my hatred for the organization, but like, not that much of a shocker given like the type of person he is. But like, I like Miguel Cabrera.
Boozer,
Pretty darn good.
I also love Mike Fisher and his wife.
talking Jimbo Fisher?
No, about the Predators, Mike Fisher and his wife Carrie Underwood.
No, I know what you're putting down. Speaking of, can I go to that party with you?
It depends. Rebecca might get my +1 because John Cena is also going to be there.
I'd be pretty bummed if you took
Whichever
that.
one of you two sends me nudes first.
I've already sent them.
Nah, starting now.
Just send.
And I have all the ones you both have sent me So do not send me duplicates.
So not a
Actually,
guilty...
for proof of it's new, I need Kyle or Kendall in the background.
I'm gonna just Photoshop my face onto Rebecca's.
beard and all.
That ought to cast some.
I think it would turn
nightmares.
me on more if we put Rebecca's face on your body.
Ugh.
He said, "Ugh."
Not a guilty pleasure at all. I just want everyone to know I'm a big Jeff Fisher guy. Big Jeff Fisher guy.
I got
Everything
one.
about it.
I love
Yeah,
watching.
Bye,
Multiple
man.
things.
I love watching
No, I love
whatever
Jeff
name
Fisher
it
on
is.
Twitter.
You know, I always go by the original name, but I really enjoy watching Russo's Hardwood Floor lose.
Me too.
Like a lot, actually. I found that the post parking lot shenanigans were always more fun after a loss.
I agree.
Yeah,
Now, it might be because after a loss people leave and there's more beer for me and Kendall,
That's right.
but
Well, Kendall used to show up with the red backpack.
Did we win tonight?
I don't know, Kyle. I wasn't there.
Well, those beers were for during the game, and then after the game, I'd have your guys' beers.
thanks.
It was nice because, Riddler would give me, a lot of beer, a lot of expensive, high percentage beer. Have about 3 or 4 of those during an hour game. You can go right into the bush. Well, actually, it was mostly Yingling light because after a couple of those, they taste like IPAs. So it was a nice, good segue.
Are we about done with this segment?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
All
know
right.
how much
I
you guys
will.
liked it.
I will finish it off with the
Paul
powerhouse.
likes AJ Hawk.
I'll finish it off with the powerhouse.
This needs music.
I think LeBron James is the GOAT.
Oh,
Ooh, so does Mock.
the greatest of all time.
No, the girliest of all time.
Ooh. Fair.
Do you really think that, Paul?
Yeah, I do. I just think that, Jordan, the biggest thing separating them is that Jordan had the ability and the IQ to play every position, but he didn't have the size to do it. LeBron does, and he has this just as high of an IQ. I mean, they both, strengths and weaknesses. Jordan's more clutch. Jordan's a better scorer. LeBron's a better rebounder. Jordan's better defensively. LeBron's better at playmaking. But LeBron could, and he's, especially after this season, this next season coming up, because he's not going to have a bad year. A bad year for LeBron is 23 points a game? But I mean, he has the ability and the talent to go out and play 1 through 5. And he has the size to do it.
Do you think if LeBron wins a championship in LA,
Not
that
anymore.
will kind of propel him?
Not anymore.
No?
No, because now he brought in Anthony Davis. If he had done it with that youth team, yes, I think that it would have pretty much just cemented it across the board. But now that Anthony Davis is there, it discredits the championship.
What if he went and played somewhere else and won after? Let's say if he won with
Here's
Davis
the
and
thing.
then won elsewhere.
Here's the thing. With the exception of doing the owner thing, part of the reason that Michael Jordan will always get credit as the GOAT versus LeBron is anybody will tell you when you bounce around as much as LeBron has, it's a credibility killer. When you stick with one team and you go from being shit's end to being unstoppable, it's different than, your team's going to start shitting, so you're going to go somewhere else to win. It's a credibility killer. That's what keeps Kevin Durant from being the greatest basketball player in the league. From being the greatest basketball player in the league, in my opinion. I think Kevin Durant would have been considered the best basketball player in the league the past 5 years if he had stayed in Oklahoma City. But once you start bouncing around, especially for championship purposes, it's a credibility killer.
Fair.
I mean, at the prime stages of your career, like Vince Carter, if he went from Golden State last year to the Clippers this year, it's not a credibility killer because he's not going to be the minutes guy. He's just looking,
He's looking to play.
Yeah, he's looking to play, but he would be looking for rings.
Okay, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
follow what you're
Like James
signed
Harrison,
today.
like James Harrison going to the Patriots wouldn't be. It wasn't a credibility killer on his career. He was at the end of his career, and I mean, the way he went about getting traded to the Patriots was wrong. But like, I don't consider why. Who signed him? The Hawks.
Yeah.
I know they kept the spot open for him if he wanted to come back, but I wasn't sure if he was gonna.
I think they did today.
Yes, it was today.
Riveting radio right now.
No, it was a good segment. I like that. You know, it was fun. Good on you, Machcine washable. Finger guns. I'm very intrigued by that beer he's drinking. Because I'm big on the can. I judge all books by their cover, and he's giving it just too heavy. You're calling it. Don't give it all away. But
No, I'm going to save it.
It's a bummer.
Let's just preface it saying that you're going to get to try it.
All right. It's good being the dumpster of the group.
So, Mark, I just want to get your take on this. We did in the first hour. We did the duo segment that I talked to you about on the telephone.
Yes.
So it was the one like Yankee one that was proposed was Derek Jeter and Aaron Judge versus Vlad and Trout, and it was unanimously Vlad Trout here. I just want to get your opinion on it. And bias is okay because when we did the duos, there was biases involved, so it's okay.
I mean, really, if you're going to compare Jeter and Trout to Trout and Vlad to Jeter and Judge, I still go Trout and Vlad. Because, I mean, as much as I love Derek Jeter, I believe he's one of the greatest shortstops ever, Aaron Judge, to me, hasn't proven enough yet to be better than Vlad. And all around, I mean, Trout is better than all three of those guys as an all-around player. So, to me, it's still going to be Trout and Vlad. I mean, if we're going to talk players that I like more, then yes. But, I mean, again, as much as I love Derek Jeter, I mean, Trout is on pace to be the greatest player in the history of baseball.
All right.
So it's hard to, I mean, you could pair him with, a little leaguer, and he's still probably going to beat most MLB 2-0s.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, I want to do one more.
Sure.
Now, this is a little difficult, but because we're gonna go intersport. But I just want so Belichick, Manning.
Nope.
Hold on. No, seriously. Just hear me out. Belichick, Peyton Manning, LaDainian Tomlinson, Calvin Johnson, or Greg Popovich, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook.
That one.
Who would win more championships?
First one.
The first one? We'll say that team's defense is, we'll call it like 13th ranked defense. 16th ranked defense. So they're exactly middle of the pack. We'll call them exactly middle of the pack. 15, 16. We won't. I'm not gonna make them a defensive juggernaut because obviously that would add just to their prowess as an offense. But I'm not gonna make them a dumpster fire that always gives up points either.
Right.
So we'll call it a middle of the pack defense.
I'm going to give it
So
to...
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead, Kendall.
Well, I was going to give it to the second one. The Popovich, Jordan, LeBron. I can't remember who else was on that squad.
Russell Westbrook. And just so you guys know, I am not making the argument that Russell Westbrook is the greatest point guard of all time.
Just another person.
Yeah, somebody that was like Calvin Johnson's not the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Right. It's a
saying?
good person you picked.
Right. And LaDainian Tomlinson's not the best running back of all time, but
Right.
those
were all very
they're all
acceptable.
top-tier people.
Right.
It is an interesting comparison because, I mean, I think Peyton and Belichick would have been a very good combo just because this astronomical football IQ. But I think the second group would have more championships.
My reasoning, and we can delve into it more when Kyle comes back or whatever his stance is I just think that in football, one game affects, everything. What I'm trying to say is that, let's say it comes down to something like a win-lose, win or go home thing. Basketball, you always have that next game. Like, so let's say you fall 0-1 a series, all right, you'll go and you try to even up the series and then move on. Football, there's those games where just like
one loss can be the difference.
Exactly, I guess
at any point in the season,
right? And that's the most articulate way that you could say it. So I guess that's my main reasoning.
That's right.
I think with the players you named for Popovich, that if they lost the game and adjustments needed to be made, he alone has the mind power to do it, but he would also have the personnel to match up with pretty much anything to win 4 games.
No, that's right.
And no disrespect to Belichick, because he's one of the greatest football minds of all time.
Fuck
But
him.
we've seen Belichick bested here and there. It happens, and it's
You know what the funny thing though is he bests himself.
yeah.
People don't best him. He
tries
bests
to
himself.
out cute the other coach.
Yeah, like you know what? We're gonna defer.
Remember that
Actually-
Oh, go ahead.
That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen in the NFL.
What?
He was so smug about it. Defers the overtime kick, and then they lost.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of that.
yeah.
All right. Well, it's a little early, but we'll go to break. We'll take a 5-minute break. Let Mock do his thing, and we'll get some situated here. When we come back, we're gonna do a little bit longer of a break. What time is it? We got 53. We're gonna do however long. We'll be back at 10. I want to do. Souls can do the home. Oh, Souls is here. Perfect. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to create NFLs is kind of everyone has a strong suit in the NFL here. Sorry, Souls. So what I want to do is right now in the NFL, and we can make arguments so everyone can kind of have their own backwards thoughts in their head. I want to make right now today the most underrated / underappreciated team in the league. So I'm going to give everybody positions you have until we come back to do your homework. So I'm going to give Souls, you listening? You ready? I'm not writing this down, so you guys better keep track of your own shit. All right? Fair? Everyone's ready?
Fair.
All right, Souls, you have running backs, defensive ends, and safeties. Okay? You're not picking a team. We're picking players here. Okay? Mock, you have quarterback, offensive line as a whole, and tight ends. Mass, you have what?
I'm sorry. What am I picking?
You're making we're making the most underrated team in the NFL.
Okay.
So you picked the most underrated quarterback. I gave you tight ends, so do 2, and then the most underrated offensive line.
I got running backs and what?
You got running backs, safeties, and defensive ends. Mass, you have linebackers, and you have linebackers.
Wide receivers?
You have linebackers, defensive tackles, and special teams. No, linebackers, defensive tackles, and wide receivers. You have linebackers, defensive tackles, and wide receivers. Kendall's is cornerbacks, special teams. No, sorry. You're gonna do cornerbacks and coaching staff, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. I'll do special teams. Did I miss anything?
I
I'm
think
just going down the list. Someone's got quarterback,
Mock,
Yep.
running back,
Souls,
wide receivers,
Mass.
tight end,
Yep.
offensive line,
Yep.
defensive line, or defensive end,
Souls.
defensive tackle,
Yes.
linebackers,
Yes.
cornerbacks,
Me.
safeties,
Yeah.
and special teams. Me, coaching. Okay.
Me.
All right, we're gonna come back in about. We'll stretch out. We'll come in 10:03 ish on the PPRN radio network.
Yeah.
And now, back to getting sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by assholes, all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Machcine's here. He's joining us. Thank goodness. We've missed him. So we still have some people working. Mock, are you all set on your underrated team?
Yeah, I'm pretty ready to go.
All right, so just in case you guys missed last hour, if you're just tuning in now, myself and the boys are working on making what we believe to be, now it's going to, obviously, there's good discussions to be had, but we're going to make a team of the most underrated players, most underrated team in the NFL. So we're doing a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a slot receiver, 2 tight ends, an offensive line as a unit, 2 defensive ends, 2 defensive tackles, 1 right and left linebacker, 2 middle linebackers, 2 corners, 2 safeties, a kicker, punter, punt returner, kick returner, and a coaching staff. So while the boys kind of finish up working on those types of things to make discussions, Souls, I just got a notification here. I just wanted to get your input on it. Mach, you can chime in as well. Anybody can chime in, obviously. But so it's been reported that for the Cubs, Wilson Contreras is going to miss 4 weeks and needs surgery for his hamstring issue. How detrimental is that to the Cubs for him to be out of the lineup and to not be behind the home plate for at least a month? Especially,
that's a big
He's
deal.
probably their most important player, besides Baez.
So do you think that him being out for at least a month is what the Brewers and the Cardinals will need to kind of get ahead of the Cubs for good?
No, I think the
Definitely
Cubs
won't hurt.
I think the Cubs will still win the division because of the Brewers' lack of pitching and the Cardinals' lack of consistency. Even with Contreras out, I think the Cubs still have Baez, Rizzo, Bryant. They have guys that been there before.
Yeah, and they've got good pitching.
Yeah.
My phone died, so I can't look up the standings. But I think it was as of yesterday, I believe the Cubs were a half game up on the Cardinals and the Brewers were 2 games behind.
Yeah. The Cardinals are losing tonight.
Okay.
I think the Cubs were winning. But the thing is, even with the Cubs, they have that luxury of having guys that play well, not to the level of their top talent, but they play well in their role. Now they're sliding Vic Catarini into the starting job. Schwarber can catch as well, and I think they have a couple minor guys. Going to be etiquette.
The African traits more defensively.
Defensively.
I mean, I know that they're stacked defensively. You know, Baez is great both offensively and defensively. Rizzo's good offensively. Bryant's good offensively. They've got pieces all around the board. But I just ask because, you see things like all the time, like Przinsky, for example. Przinsky for the White Sox was definitely a better offensive player than he was a defensive player. He was one of those rare, hit the ball everywhere. Kind of like Adrian Przinsky was kind of like what Gary Sanchez is today. Gary Sanchez is definitely, in my opinion, better with his bat than he is behind the plate.
That's kind of changed this year, to be honest.
But,
I think, all in all, Contreras is he's very good both ways. That's what it comes down to. But with the glove, it's not the glove that's really hurting
throwing
him.
out people?
It's his arm.
Yeah.
His arm is probably third best in the MLB.
Behind Romuto and who?
Probably Sanchez.
Hold on. What about James McCann?
McCann is very good behind the plate.
No, James McCann is throwing out 39% of all stolen base attempts this year, which is, I believe, 4th in the MLB. Suck it, Souls!
I'm just saying, it could be...
Suck it!
I think he's third.
So loud.
I just think that Contreras will be hurt more
Welcome to getting loud with drunk.
defensive. Because they still have all these pieces offensively to make sure they're okay.
All right, that's fair. All right, so real quick, given the news that Contreras will miss at least a month, who do you predict? I know Soul's already kind of talking about it, but we'll go around. Who do you predict to win the NL Central this year? Right, Baron? I believe I don't have Souls. Could you look up the standings real quick? Could you just give us the standings before we go around and just make these so we can have somewhat of an accurate?
Cardinals are a game and a half back.
The Cubs are in first. Cardinals are a
Milwaukee's
game and a half back.
4.
Okay.
Cincinnati's 7.5.
Nah, I don't give a shit about that. So, because even though it's 7.5, do we really think that the Cincinnati Reds are going to make? No. All right. So the Cubs are in the lead. The Cardinals are a game and a half back, and the Brewers are 4 games back as of right now. So, Red Baron, what do you think? Who do you think wins the NL Central now that Contreras is going to miss a month?
I think the Brewers pull it off. I think they rekindle whatever energy they had last year, and then they kind of swoop in late.
Okay. Souls, you believe the Cubs still?
Yeah.
Okay. Ness?
The Cardinals, because they do it every fucking year, it seems like.
Bias. Machcine?
Cubs.
Cubs. I'm going to say the Brewers as well. I only say I think all it takes for the Cubs is to hit kind of like a shit stretch. And you talked to it, the Cardinals are very inconsistent souls. So the Brewers have been playing well. It's just that the Cardinals, when they play well, they play really well. And the Cubs have been playing well all year. If the Brewers can
What scares me about the Brewers is not just the rotation. They don't have a closer this year.
No, I don't think the Brewers. I honestly, personally, I don't think anybody out of that division is the favorite to go to the World Series from the NL. Now, I think that's still the Dodgers, but I do believe any team can get hot and kind of uncrown the Dodgers.
I'm only one team off of having a 4-peat this year for my teams.
Yeah, let's go Cubs.
Brewers. Plus Stan the Man Ross. Or Stan the Boss Ross. Was it Stan the Boss?
Stan the Man.
No, I think it was Stan. I don't know.
I think it was Stan the Man.
Maybe.
It's not Stan Lee.
No, we're talking about Stan Ross from Mr. 3000.
No.
But
All right, so boys, are we ready?
yeah,
All right.
Yep.
We have the mass keeping track of the teams. We can go through it over the end. So we're going to start off with arguably the most important position in all of football, the quarterback position. Machcine. So who do you believe is the most underrated quarterback in football?
So here's the thing. This is a guy that I like a lot, that's talented, that I think has not played to his full potential. And that's why he's underrated.
Baker Mayfield.
Nope. Marcus Mariota.
Can you disconnect the call?
Made me laugh.
I don't think he's underrated. I think he just sucks.
I'm with Souls for once.
I think Mariota is talented. I don't think he has talent around him to do anything with other than a 450-year-old Delaney Walker. I think Mariota, with talent around him, can be a very good quarterback.
But you think he's the most underrated quarterback in the NFL?
I think he's the biggest bitch in the NFL.
I mean,
That's not even close to true.
I would make the argument that Matt Stafford is more underrated than...
But I don't think Matt Stafford's under, because no one looks at Matt Stafford as a guy that can't win games.
This is the guy that was MVP 2 years ago.
But that's what I mean. Like, he's always in that MVP conversation. He always has good numbers.
Yeah, but he's never considered elite.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But he's not considered an elite quarterback.
I would say he's underrated.
I wouldn't consider Matt Stafford an elite quarterback. I also wouldn't consider Matt Ryan to be an elite quarterback. But I think they're both very overlooked.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Matt Ryan.
No.
I didn't realize you.
That's why when you said, you can do a shot, I was just like, so I'm about halfway through this barrel-aged granola brown, plus I had a Busch 2 shots, and I may or may not have delved into what I have in my car on the way here. So I was sitting here like...
Man, I want that.
Johnny Walker Platinum.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We gotta go.
So I was like, Matt Stafford. I was like, what the fuck was I? Huh? I was like, God, I'm drunker than I thought. Kyle might be driving home.
He's never that drunk.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I mean, so it's up to you guys. Do you guys want to vote on if we disagree and come up with a new person, or do you want to just write it down as we do it?
Let's write it down.
I think we gotta stick with our team.
All right, so Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Do you write it down?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to next move to running backs. We're going to do 2 running backs here. You can choose them however you want. You can do 1 standard, 1 pass catching, but 2 underrated running backs. Souls.
As of today, I picked Adrian Peterson.
I can get behind that.
I think he has a lot left in the tank still. He provided very well for the Redskins last year. I think he'll provide more this year.
I can get behind that. The Redskins last year had a shaky offensive line and a lot of, obviously, quarterback issues, which they forced him to give him the ball more than he should be giving the ball every game, given his age and the mileage on his legs. But he definitely showed spurts of still having the ability to be a top half running back.
The mask seems to be beside himself.
No.
I don't know. You're rubbing your face pretty.
I'm tired.
I don't
That's
know.
all.
It seemed like you had opposing thoughts.
No.
No?
Machcine, Red Baron, you guys have anything to
I don't dislike the Adrian Peterson pick at all. Though he's on the backside of 30 or whatever, I think he's got a lot left in the tank, and I think there's something to be said about a guy who has longevity after all the injuries and been through everything. Yes, and off-field whatevers. So,
Machcine, you have anything to add to that at all?
I don't disagree with it. I mean, I didn't have Peterson kind of on my radar just because he's been in the league for so long and has accomplished so much, but I don't disagree with the notion of him being underrated coming into this year.
All right, and who's RB2?
Joe Mixon. I think he's very talented, very good, just played behind a shit line and a shit team.
Yeah, but Kyle, he's also like a top 10 running back.
Yeah, but like that's not saying much.
The reason I can get behind it is because I think if you ask the average NFL fan to name the top 5 running backs in the NFL, I don't think Joe Mixon would be named. I think it would be Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, and David Johnson. And I think that Joe Mixon very much deserves to be in that conversation, if not in the top 5. So
who would you take out to put Mixon in?
I would put Mixon over Saquon Barkley right now. Right now, I mean, just because he's worked through the ranks and he showed a little bit more consistency. Because Saquon Barkley had last year, I'm not taking anything away from it. He's shown elite potential, but last year I saw from him the same thing that the scouting report said when he came out of college, which was Saquon Barkley. Yes, he's going to get 100 yards every game, but he's not going to get 100 yards in the way that like Ezekiel Elliott's going to or Todd Gurley's going to get 100 yards. He's going to have one 60-yard rush, and then he's going to have 22 rushes for 40 yards. Which, again, yes, he's getting 100 yards, but if you're only rushing for, if you're rushing 25 times for 100 yards, you're averaging 4 yards a rush, which is great. But that's not transparent into the way it works in the game. Because if you have one 60-yard rush, then your other 24 rushes are not 4 yards a game. They fall down real hard, and that means that he's not moving the chains on the ground. Now, his pass catching ability definitely helps with that, but especially like at the end of the day, I will always look at a running back at his ability to run, and between the tackles, outside the tackle, whatever. But the ability to get the ball in his chest and go. But I mean, not to say Saquon Barkley won't take that by week 3, but I'm just saying. But Joe Mixon deserves to be in the conversation for top 5. And I do not think the average NFL fan would even think about Joe Mixon's name, other than Bengals fans, when considering the top 5.
You two are Steelers fans. Would you have even thought of Joe Mixon? You guys have to play him twice a year.
Well, it's interesting, and I think a lot what Riddler said it rings true to me. He wasn't even on my radar.
I also think that now that we know he's going to play, I think Le'Veon Bell, people would think of Le'Veon Bell before they would think of Joe Mixon.
I was going to put James Conner in there, but it's only been 1 year.
Yeah. And James Conner, the only reason I feel like you can't put him as underrated is because, granted, yes, the Steelers' season wasn't going the way it was supposed to go, but he wasn't the James Conner when he came back from injury that he was before he got injured. So I need to see more from him so I can get behind that. All right. Moving on. Wide receivers.
Wide receivers.
Wide receiver 1.
Wide receiver 1. I'm going to go ahead and say Robert Woods. If not for part of the reason that you said ahead of time, nobody's going to put him in their top 10. Nobody's going to put him in their top 10.
I agree 100%.
When you say the Rams, Robert Woods isn't even one of the top 5 players you think of.
Well, no, but he's not. But he's not one of the top 5 Rams.
My point. He's what makes that machine go. Cooper Kupp and him.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you, but he's not a top 5 Ram.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I think Cooper Kupp's more underrated than Robert Woods.
I disagree with you.
I disagree. And the only reason I disagree with it is because we saw how stagnant the Rams offense got once Cooper Kupp left.
Oh, dude, I love that guy.
I know, but you only like saying
Cooper Kupp.
But I'm saying, like,
I can't wait to.
Once he got injured, we saw the Rams' offense become stagnant. So it showed how important he was to the offense. And when a player gets kind of the media exposure of how important he is to the team, it kind of takes away from the underrated portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in today's NFL, when you lose a receiver and it impacts the team, it makes way more headlines than if you lose a running back and it means something to the team.
Yankees won, Pat.
Yeah, beat the Orioles. Congratulations.
Way to win an exhibition game.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Wide receiver 2, Tyler Lockett.
Pretty much any wide receiver on the Seattle Seahawks is an underrated receiver.
Now that Doug Baldwin is gone, especially.
Golden Tate was more important than Doug Baldwin ever was. Golden Tate was the only receiver, in my opinion, on the Seattle Seahawks team since they've been good that was as good as people thought he was. Everybody else was underrated.
Or they thought they were. You let him off the hook.
Now, ahead of, the race for $1 million? I'm going to say Marquise Goodwin was an extremely underrated wide receiver. Fast as all hell, obviously. Kid can make good catches, contested catches. And I know this because he does it twice a year against us.
He's underrated with the right quarterback.
I think he's underrated in general.
Is that your slot guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Tight ends. Who are tight
Rebecca?
ends?
I do.
Tight ends? Tight end 1 and 2?
Okay, so for my tight end 1, I put, and I mean, I don't know how much you guys will agree with me, but just seeing how the last year or two have gone, I put David Njoku.
No, I can get behind that. He hasn't been a featured piece.
I'm not against
Yes.
that.
And I think that David Njoku can be one of the most talented tight ends in the NFL. And I mean, we're looking at a Browns offense this year that is loaded kind of with offensive talent. And I think he's going to be the guy that kind of gets overlooked, but also has a huge impact within their offense.
I can get behind that. Tight end 2?
My other one is maybe a little biased, but Evan Ingram. And it's because he's had 2 down seasons now where he hasn't looked great.
1.
But
He was a rookie 2 years ago. He played pretty well his rookie year.
His third year. That's right. I'm sorry. But even last season, I mean, yes, he was hurt, but he didn't look great on the field. And I think we're going to see him this year. I mean, obviously Odell's gone, but I don't think anyone's looking at Evan Ingram to kind of break out and be that stud, and I think that he can be.
I get what you're saying, but I think that Evan Ingram, for me personally, would fall more into the kind of like the neutral category. Because he's been banged up, and the Giants, even with Odell, just haven't been performing to task. And like when he was injured, somebody else came in and kind of started making some plays. So they kind of rode that hand for a little bit. So, like, I get what you're saying. For me personally, I would ride him more on the neutral train. I wouldn't call him overrated or anything like that. Like, not by any means. I don't think we've seen enough to actually make a grade on him. But I see what you're saying, so I can get behind it. Like I said, I'm not against it or for it. So because you said it, I can get behind it. Like I can get behind you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he means like doggy style.
Kyle, you think I don't know what he meant?
All right. Offensive line. I believe Machcine, that was you as well.
Yes.
So offensive line is a unit. We're talking as a team. We're not doing the whole offensive line.
So I was kind of torn on this. And
Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. I want 6 guards, 6 tackles, and 3 centers.
You're not going to get that. I was kind of torn because there was 2 teams that jumped out at me. And one is biased. I don't want to say the Giants, but I do think they have an underrated line coming into this year. But the one that I kind of lean more towards is the Panthers. I think that the Panthers' run game was very. I mean, it was good last year with Christian McCaffrey, but that was more out of the passing game. But I think with Cam Newton coming back this year more at a full strength, we're going to see him start to move around more. And the offensive line does a pretty decent job of kind of keeping Cam upright, but they don't ever get really talked about. So I said Carolina.
I don't think anybody but the Cowboys is underrated.
What?
But everybody always talks about how good the Cowboys' offensive line is.
Well, I think the Patriots would fall into the category with the Cowboys too. I think 3 offensive lines you definitely couldn't say were underrated would be the Cowboys, the Steelers, and the Patriots. They always produce good offensive lines. I can get behind the Panthers. I could get behind the Chicago Bears having a decent offensive line. I mean, They gave up some sacks, but that was more due to like quarterback
Being young.
quarterback immaturity versus like poor offensive line play. Right. I could also get behind. I could get behind the Chargers. I could get behind the Titans. Those are offensive lines I could get behind as well.
Sure.
But I can get behind the Panthers. You got to. As much damage as McCaffrey did in the passing game, he did just as much damage in the rushing game, and you can't do that with an offensive line that sucks. So
Exactly.
All right, that's fine. All right, defensive ends.
That's me.
All right, so what do you got for your left end and your right end?
My right end.
Khalil Mack. Left end, Aaron Donald. Got it. All right. I'm going to get behind both of those.
Underrated wise, I said.
Pretty sure they would get behind me, but.
I said Cam Hayward. Just when he's not on the field, they suck. There's no pass
Tom,
rush.
don't you have his jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a landfill in Trenton.
But that's my opinion. Once like
Triton.
when he's not on the field, they're a completely different defense. That's just my opinion. And then I said right now, J.J. Watt. I think he means more to that team than a lot of people think.
I can't agree with that one.
No one talks about him. He's not an elite defensive end anymore.
I disagree.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
He's an elite defensive. The minute that he's healthy enough to go on a field, people are immediately all about
game
him.
planning around him.
Yeah, I can't get behind it. We'll write it down, but I can't get behind it.
I think people are more attached.
I think
Mac and Donald than they are to him.
But that's different positions. Both of those guys don't play defensive end.
They do.
But
No,
also,
they don't.
I mean, just because
Khalil
he's
Mack
not
is
one
an
of the top
No,
three
Khalil
doesn't
Mack
make
is an
him
Khalil Mack is an outside linebacker, and Aaron Donald's a defensive tackle.
Mac plays defensive end too.
Mack does not play defensive end,
Donald plays defensive end in a 3-4 scheme right now. Sometimes.
but he's a defensive tackle.
Yes.
He subs in at defensive end every once in a while, and Khalil Mack does not play defensive end. Khalil Mack is always a linebacker.
Well, he has played defensive.
He played defensive end for the Raiders.
Yes,
But I'm talking more. I wanted this to be more defensive ends.
that's fair.
Well, look at the list. He was listed as defensive end.
Who?
NFL.
Khalil Mack?
Yep.
I don't know about that.
He might be a linebacker just for the Bears. But
Whatever. Defensive tackles.
Linval Joseph, Minnesota Vikings.
I remember
Classic
when he was
guy.
a Giant.
What?
I remember when he was on the Giants.
Yeah.
Let him go. That was a good call.
Just like Harrison?
Oh, we traded him.
No. And then Grady Jarrett from the Falcons.
yeah, I agree with that one.
Pretty good guys. I mean, I like the Linville Joseph. It's tough because, for defense, it's a very not sexy position. I don't know why it is. Just because you're.
It depends on what defense you run.
Right, but you're kind of in the thick of it. It's like the defensive
Unless you're
tackles.
Aaron Donald.
Right, the defensive tackles aren't the guys getting the huge sacks. So the guys are the run stuffers. The guys who are trying to break up the passing play in the air.
Or
You
they're
know,
just,
sure enough.
they're just to take space.
Right. Yeah, and
Like Casey Hampton was.
And then what Matt said, unless you're Aaron Donald, who is just kind of a freak of nature. But so it's not your household name. The guys that you're talking around the breakfast table, like, oh, did you see so and so yesterday? It's not how it goes. So it's very tough.
Who knows who Sebastian Joseph Day is?
I've seen that name written, but I've never.
Okay, that's what I thought. That it just goes more to your point. He's our starting nose tackle.
On NFL.com, Khalil Mack's listed as an outside linebacker.
I'm sure he's listed as defensive end at other websites.
Well, I think it's credit to Khalil Mack in
I'm just
general.
saying. He told me to look it up, so I'm looking it up. I'm not arguing with him. I'm just letting him know. That's all.
Khalil Mack is pretty darn good.
He's the second best
Yeah.
pass rusher in the NFL.
That's right.
He's worth a shot. All right, or outside linebackers: Leonard Floyd and Ryan Kerrigan.
Kerrigan, definitely. I can get behind that.
I'm a big Ryan Kerrigan fan myself.
I'm not. I can't get behind Leonard Floyd.
Do you think he's?
I think he's rated right where he should be.
Okay.
I think he's got a high ceiling, but he can't stay healthy, and he's undersized.
Definitely a namesake.
Had a great first NFL play. Got a safety against Aaron Rodgers.
That's one he'll always remember.
But, all right. Middle linebackers.
Middle linebackers, Roquan Smith
Look at this trend we're going on right now.
and Deion Jones from the Falcons.
All right. I like that. I like both those.
Souls?
I like them both.
Are you drunk?
No.
Oh, you're not talking. Usually you're drunk when you're not talking.
You got to hike down your thing, though. You're looking...
Now, how come you didn't put Akeem Hicks as defensive tackle?
I thought about it, but a couple places that I saw,
I just saw you looking at him. I'm not saying I had him there.
because a couple places I saw said defensive tackle, a couple people I saw said defensive end. I just didn't know which way to go.
Yeah. All right.
He didn't want to put a bear.
I put two of them in just now.
Cornerbacks?
That's me.
1 and 2?
1 and 2. I have Xavier Rhodes and Jonathan Joseph. Both kind of veteran guys. Guys who are not flashy, guys who are never going to lead the league in interceptions, but they know their position and they hold it down.
Do we want to?
I can get behind Jonathan Joseph before I can get behind Xavier Rhodes. I think Xavier Rhodes is still considered a top-tier corner.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay.
But
well,
Jonathan Joseph I can definitely get behind.
I have 2 others. I did 4.
Okay.
All right.
So actually, I also have Prince Mukamura from the Bears and formerly the Giants. I think he's a good player. Kind of fits that build as well of not being a guy who's a ball hawk, but a guy who knows
A
how to play
champ
the
Bailey.
position.
More just make sure you don't catch it.
And a guy who is a sure tackler. And I kind of you're gonna like this. I put Mike Hilton because he does everything a cornerback doesn't do. He's a guy who he blitzes a lot. And it has to do with the scheme, of course. But he's a run stopper. He blitzes. It's a lot of fun to watch him play because he kind of does all these other stuff that you don't expect from a corner.
Here, speaking of stuff you don't expect.
Oh God,
Too short. You're picking up a slot cornerback right now. Underrated. Go.
I'm picking up a slot cornerback.
Yep.
Well, I think you just named it. Mike
Hilton.
Hilton.
That's my guy. That's why I got 4.
All right.
All right.
Safeties. Souls.
I have Eric Berry. I think he has a lot left to give, and it's a shame that he's not on the team. And I have Justin Reed, who's very good at.
It's pronounced Kendall Reed.
That's right.
He was very good at defending the pass. Just he's a second-year player. Not going to get the recognition that you want.
Yeah, that's a cool pick. Off my radar for sure.
All right, kicker.
So for kicker, I wasn't sure if people would consider him underrated. I put Robbie Gould. I just still don't think even with all this media hype that's come around lately about him not holding out because and so I think I think it really did have to do with him wanting to be traded to Chicago because that's where his family is and his family won't move from there. But I just think that when people think of good kickers in the NFL, they think of Crosby, they think of Tucker, they think of Gostowski, they think of Zerline, they think of Janikowski still. I just feel like Robbie Gould's always kind of been under the radar guy. But just in case everyone didn't agree with it, I also put Brett Mayer from the Cowboys. He's a guy that quietly goes out and makes a lot of his field goals. It's a very high percentage. Gets a lot of touchbacks in the kickoff game.
I don't have a problem with Robbie Gould at all. I mean, for sure was a namesake, like a big time namesake.
But he's not. When you say kickers, he's not one of the top 5 that jumps in right away.
No.
Right.
I think it's more credit to him sticking around and being relevant
I would agree.
as anything.
Double Doink just became much more prominent in Chicago.
Yeah.
Fuck you whore.
What do you got for punter?
Matt Hack from the Dolphins.
Didn't even know that guy existed, but that guy sounds awesome. Name's Matt Hack. Where are your women
2
at?
A's in Hack.
Oh,
Is it really?
Also under. I didn't know that either.
Is it H-A-A-C-K?
H-A-A-C-K.
Cool.
Yeah, he for the Dolphins last year, 50% of his punts ended up inside the 20 with only 6 touchbacks, and he averaged just over 45 yards a punt.
Nice.
It's hard to go with punters. I mean, a lot of punters that get named, like the Heckers and Pat O'Donnell, people that pull the trick plays.
Yeah.
But in terms of just punting and being a good punter, I think Matt Hack is pretty good.
Doesn't sound like a hack to me.
Get
Oh,
the
my
fuck
God.
out.
Whoa! No private stock? What the hell? What kind of show is this?
No, you have private stock coming.
All right.
All right, punt returner.
Punt returner, I have Cyrus Jones from the Baltimore Ravens.
Cyrus the Virus, they call him.
I don't think they call him.
He
They do not.
averaged. My phone's dead. I'm trying to remember the stats I looked up. So I believe he had a touchdown on his punt return last year, and I think he averaged somewhere around like 14 yards a punt return, which was around the top of the list. I didn't know who he was before I looked these guys up.
Well, it's interesting, and we'd have to confirm this. Were we down on special teams touchdowns this year?
Yeah.
Were we? Like
Ever since they moved it out to the 25 on the touchbacks.
it seems like it's been a very steadily declining stat, which is a bummer.
Because you get more on kick returns than you do punt returns.
Yeah.
Do you
more-
want
more
his
room.
stats?
Huh?
Do you want his stats?
No, we don't have that. Unfortunately, my phone, I can't remember my kick returner.
That's really unfortunate. So we're
It's
gonna
the
go
same guy.
with JoJo Natson.
No, it's hold on. Log into this phone. I'm going to look it up real quick. Everyone seems very tired right now.
I'm dead.
Souls, you seem out of it, man.
I don't think we're getting to our segment.
That's all right. We'll save it for next week.
Bottom.
Well, you should have
bottom,
said something.
Fire.
We did.
There you go.
What? What'd you say?
Hey, listen. We'll save it for next week. We got
Souls,
listen.
talking to you, dude.
It's not an expiring segment.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you say anything about a segment besides the two we talked about.
We have our segment that we came up with today.
Got a game for
What
the wheel.
is it?
It's a wheel game.
It's a wheel game.
We got time for a wheel game. It's fine.
Rebecca doesn't mean anything. She's not working tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. Fuck, I can't remember what his name was.
Do you remember what team it was for?
No, I don't. Damn.
All right, JoJo Natson. Got it.
Oh, here we go. No, it was Darius Jennings from the Tennessee Titans. He had a touchdown on his kick return, and he led the league with 33 yards a return on kickoffs.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
We're not going to rattle it off.
We're
This
not?
will be something we save. Maybe make. I'll find some way to make it into a post.
I do have the coaching staff
Let's
real
go.
quick.
Oh, that's right. Coaching staff. Yeah, offensive
Oh.
coordinator.
For my head coach, or you want to do?
Offensive coordinator first.
Okay, I have
Wide
Ken.
receivers coach.
I have Ken Wisenhunt of
Yep.
the San Diego Chargers. I think he's doing a really
I
good
can't
thing
believe
there.
he was not offered a full-time coaching job.
What was his name?
I have
Who
a
was
head
it?
coach.
Ken Wisenhunt.
Ken wasn't. That guy should have been the first fucking one of the first names on the list for teams that needed a head coach. That guy's a fucking brilliant guy.
Good guy. Big fan of his. For defensive corner, I actually have Wade Phillips from the Rams there. I think the Rams get a lot of credit for their defense because
Wish
of their
that was
players, not because of the coaching. And I think Wade Phillips has a long, storied career of being very good. My special teams
He
coach
started coaching in 1920.
is Dave Tube from the Kansas City Chiefs. And my head coach...
Tub.
Iron
that was
Bass
special
Tub.
teams coach.
I'm sorry?
That was special teams.
Yep, Dave Tube. And my head
Tub.
coach, you guys are going to enjoy this very much, is Mr. Mike Vrabel of the Tennessee Titans.
No, it's Bill Belichick.
Whoa!
I think he's a young guy. It's kind of been the trend for NFL coaches, and I think I put a lot of stock
Guilty pleasure.
in players who will become head coaches. So,
Do we want to talk about the ones that were questionable before we post this or no?
No, we're gonna leave that as our team. We picked it, and we stick with our gut. So just save that, and at some point I'll have you send it to me, and I'll make some sort of post for it when we get a little closer to the NFL season. But there we go, our underrated team. Anybody, you guys, who's the one you disagree with the most? We can go around the horn and do that.
Mariota.
Souls,
Yeah, Mariota.
Reed.
I mean, I guess, I agree with Mock's thought process, but I guess I disagree with the pick. Because I think Mariota has a lot to show, and I think that he kind of gets, crapped on a lot, but that wouldn't have been my pick.
Mock, you have one?
I don't think Joe Mixon is underrated. Or do I think J.J. Watt is underrated?
I feel the same way about Xavier Rhodes.
All right.
Yeah, that's another one.
Fair.
Mine was easy because everyone was just like, who cares?
Who's that guy? Jamaica him up?
I thought you were saying Jamaican.
I did. Jamaican me crazy.
Well, Souls, I'm sorry we didn't get to your wheel game. I didn't hear you say anything about that. If I knew you had the wheel game thing, I would have not come up with this. I just came up with this because I didn't think we had anything for the third hour.
It's all good.
I mean,
He seems really upset about it.
you want to
No,
play?
I think he just looks
Anybody
drunk.
else feel like Souls is really out of it?
Yeah, he's definitely out of it.
Well, you know, the nice part is, I mean, Kyle and I worked on this for a while today. I mean, this is something we can continue. I mean, did you want to play for a little bit to close out the show, and then we could do it again?
I want to leave that up to you and Souls. You guys came up with a segment. Do you think it does it any justice by doing a brief version?
Well, one thing we can do is, like, if there's something we missed, we can work out the kinks now to play the show better next week. I mean, if that's
we do 2 rounds each.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it.
All right.
Yeah, let's have a rehearsal.
You guys banter like it's a wheel set up.
Okay, so I came up with this
banter.
today. So each round kind of requires 2 spins. So each color will be the name of the segment we're doing. In the following spin, the color will be subsequent to what sport. So yellow is Would You Rather. Red is Redraft. Blue is Hero or Bust. Green is, oh my God, Souls. I can't read your writing here.
It's false. I think you can read.
I just can't read. I guess that's the real problem. Role players. Role players, my bad. Number 4, green is role players. And white is just a trivia question. And if you get the trivia question wrong, you get a shot. The color is yellow is hockey. Red is baseball. Blue is basketball. Green is football. So we can give it a shot. We'll see how it goes, and we can work out the kinks from there.
The team random generator going.
Oh, let me do that. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I missed as well. We're going to leave up what team it is. You know, the sport is picked by the wheel, but what team is decided by the...
All right. We started a little late, too, so we actually have a little extra time. So, yes, we do, Rebecca. No, we started 15 minutes late.
Miss, just please relax, okay? Just...
We stated this rule a long time ago.
All right, I'll get a good...
Well, let Mass get the team generator.
Oh, you want to do it, Mass?
What am I doing?
Get a random team generator. That way you don't have to fuck with the computer while
Okay, great.
Ken, I'll step away.
One sport.
Okay.
We need one for every sport?
Yep.
One for every sport.
Yeah, please.
So, since this is your guys' thing, we'll let Souls, you can go first, okay? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Alright. So we need to do one spin, right? For just we're doing this based off colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually standing. This is way better than sitting. I might do this every week. So it looks like we're gonna fall on green. So green is
football.
So green is football, and one more spin, and it looks like we're gonna land on white.
And white
Nope,
is...
it's red. Sorry.
Red, okay. So red is a redraft. So basically when we say we redraft is, for football especially, we're going to pick a team, and wherever the team falls in the draft, we can select here. It can be totally random. So wherever your team ended up in the draft, we'll say 2005, for example. Let's say you were the 5th pick. Whatever players were picked after who you picked are up for grabs.
Is somebody just randomly picking the year?
Yeah, we'll just do 2013 for which team?
All right, for the NFL, Buffalo Bills, 2013.
So we would have to get the draft up.
Yes.
Well, you know.
All right, so real quick, we're going to...
EJ Manuel was picked 16th in the first round.
Wow, so I mean, that is
All
a guy who didn't pan out.
So can you pull up the draft, like who was picked after him?
2013.
So this is something that obviously, in the future, this was something you would need to pull up on your phone. The person.
2013 NFL draft. Let's see. First draft
13, was that-
was Jarvis Jones, Eric Reed, Justin Pugh, Kyle Long, Tyler Eifert, Desmond Trufant, Sharif Floyd.
I would select Desmond Trufant.
Xavier Rhodes.
At the
Dante
time, we
Jones,
needed a corner.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Hey, I picked my pick.
You picked his pick.
Desmond Trufant.
I kind of like that method of thinking though, like more based off of kind of like at the time what you needed, versus like what because obviously DeAndre Hopkins, but like at the time you needed a corner just as much as you needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, you're behind that. All right, so
Spit it.
Mass, you're up. So it looks like we're gonna land on some. We're gonna get some red action going for you. And
What is that?
Okay, red is baseball.
Yeah,
Red and
no,
white.
I'm pretty sure I heard the NFL. So
White.
White is actually just a Dealer's choice trivia question.
All right.
So who asked him the trivia question?
Ask me a question about the Red Sox because they're the team that came up.
All right.
My phone doesn't work. So.
Mass, who was the Red Sox hit leader in 2017?
If you get it wrong, it's a shot.
It is not.
It is. That's part of it. That's what we said
Okay,
earlier.
we're not doing that tonight then.
You can do a shot of Patron.
I'm not doing a shot right now.
Oh, you can drive home. Look, if Mock can make it to Massachusetts, you can drive home.
Bogarts.
Okay.
Wait, Mock, can you say something?
What?
It looked like you said something, but you didn't. I didn't hear any noise. Right, Baron?
All right.
Yeah, Bogarts.
Bogarts. The correct answer. Oh my God! Stop doing this. The correct answer was Andrew Benintendi.
Right.
105 hits.
Cool. All right. What else we got?
All right, I'm up now. I get to go in.
Actually, I'm wrong, but it wasn't Bogarts.
Okay.
It was Mookie Betts. It was 166 more than Benintendi.
No, I saw red.
I wanted to change up the color.
It was Bogart.
What's yellow?
So I got blue and yellow, Kendall, for me.
Okay. Will basketball and yellow is would you rather?
Thumbs up.
Stop.
Chicago Bulls. No kidding.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. So who asked the would you rather?
I
I think Soul should just go.
Do some Derrick Rose.
No. Rather have Rob Lopez as your starting center for the whole 82 games. Would you rather see a Lloyd Markkinen down ball for this season?
Rob Lopez, my starting center. I think Rob Lopez he brings ferocity on defense, and he has games where he can produce offensively, and he developed a little bit of shot. You know, I actually think the Bulls are going to miss him a lot more than they think they will this offseason or this
Would
season.
you rather say Bush with Michael Jordan or a romantic dinner with Derek?
Am I getting lucky at either of them?
You are getting
we'll
Rodman
say
on it.
We'll say it's possible.
All right, and I'm getting married to Dennis Rodman in August, regardless of which one I pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
keep this for an instance. Brunch kind of is a limited menu.
Not always. Depends where you go.
Right, I think there's more wide open.
What if you go to Applebee's?
Do they?
I think I'm gonna do brunch just because I think Michael Jordan will take me gambling.
All right.
Big addict.
Interesting concept. I like
He's a
that.
big. All right, so we're
Spin it
gonna
a little.
I don't want to take too much time.
Sounds dirty.
All right, so Mock's got green first.
What's
and-
green?
Football.
Green is football.
And we're gonna end up on white.
And
Mark,
white-
tell me when to.
Go ahead and stop.
Washington Redskins.
Gotcha.
Ah,
What college did Darius Geis go to?
Oh, this is a trivia question.
Yeah, trivia question.
Oh man, got the worst one. Because Kaká was all over.
He was.
that sounds like a question from Kendall.
What college did Darius Geis go to?
Can I guess? I don't think I'm right, but can I guess after he guesses?
Yes.
Which university did Darius Geis matriculate at?
Georgia.
Was it Miami?
Anybody else want to guess? I'll take a shot if you guys get it right.
So it's not an easy one. So then I'm just not gonna bother.
It is an easy one.
It's something recognizable. It is.
Tennessee.
Florida State.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not obvious. They're not a good football.
All right, spin it.
All right, Aaron, you ready?
Ready.
We have blue. Blue is
Blue is basketball.
Kendall, go ahead and tell me when to stop.
And hold on. And would it land on?
Yellow.
It's like,
Yellow. So it's would
but
you
it's
rather?
technically in the blue. No, I'm just kidding. Blue,
Okay.
yeah.
And stop.
Charlotte Hornets.
Ooh,
I would've
my
given-
15th team.
Probably.
Wait.
The West-
Okay, we're right.
Okay, I got you. So, would you rather the Charlotte Hornets move to Connecticut
Okay.
and be the Hartford Hornets, or would rather the Charlotte Hornets acquire Ish Smith, Eddie, and Langston Galloway?
I'd like the Ish Smith, Langston Galloway, and Eddie House collection. Connecticut is a team because that's awful. But those are good. Good. Very,
Spit it.
all very good.
Yeah.
Except Ish, take that back. He's not good.
We've landed on blue. That's another NBA one.
Yep. NBA.
Souls, go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right, blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow. Would you rather? Same question for me.
Would you rather for the New York Knicks?
I'll take this one better with mine. Would you rather?
Spin.
Let's see. All right. Would you rather Joel Embiid go to the Knicks, or would you rather have to watch all 82 games every season of the Knicks with Jeff for the rest of your life?
That one.
All right, so landed on green. That's football.
But it's close.
I like to see Jeff be heartbroken.
But it's close. But it's
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Wait,
What is trivia question?
all right. Landed on the Cleveland Browns.
Gotcha. Another couch question.
I know it.
I'm shocked.
That's his
What
bread and
color?
butter.
What color
Come
Nick go to?
on.
Chubb went to Georgia.
That a boy.
Shot for you, souls. I'll join you.
I gotta take a piss.
Oh,
All right, yellow,
we'll get back there.
red. Red
This is
is
for me.
red
Yes.
is baseball.
baseball. All right.
Red, red. Red and yellow. Sorry.
Red, so it's would you
Riddler.
rather.
Oh,
Tell
perfect.
me when to
Little
stop.
Hulk Hogan.
Stop.
Uh,
I am a real
Would you rather-
American.
would you rather for the Oakland A's?
I would like Mock to give me this one. And if your answer is, would you rather have Adam Dunn or Marcus Semien? The answer is both.
Would you rather have the A's change their colors to
The other one.
orange,
The other one.
Yeah. Fuck
or would you rather have them change their colors? all,
So is pink and orange or all white?
all white. White everything. Numbers, letters, socks.
All white.
That'd be horrible.
Spit.
It's better than pink and orange. I don't want to look like a bunch of fucking sherbet. And for the record, it's sherbet, not sherbet. Kendall will
It's
get
sherbet.
behind me on that one.
I will.
I
All right,
defend
so we
you.
got
Yes.
another yellow.
Which is
What the hell does Kendall know about language?
Everything.
I
Yellow is
actually
hockey.
made sure
yellow
to-
is hockey. All right, mock on
Maca
hockey.
hockey. So we got yellow and blue.
And blue is hero or bust.
Mock, go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Stop.
New Jersey Devils.
It's an easy
All
one.
right.
Okay. So the premise of hero or bust is someone will pick a player, presumably Paul.
Is PK Subban going to be a hero or a bust for the New Jersey Devils?
Well, PK Subban will be a hero.
Do you agree with that?
He is
Can I please
the
get that?
greatest defensive player today.
All right, I need somebody to drive me to Mass. Because I'm going to need to drink a lot to be okay with what I'm going to have to do to him.
Can I tell you what, Paul? That sentence started to know where it was going.
All right, so
That's
tell,
the logical
so,
conclusion.
so
In
tell me about PK.
conversation.
No, PK Subban is a great hockey player. He's a very offensive-minded defenseman, and he will sell out defensively, but in terms of defensive positioning and focusing on the puck and where anticipation of where players off the puck are going to line up and get in position, he's not the greatest. I wouldn't even say he's on the above average side.
Cool.
I think he's very good, but I think he's very good because of the just straight that third of the ice defensive playing prowess, like everything else.
Okay, what's
All right,
white?
so we got white for
So white is a wild card. I'm going to pick baseball.
Baseball. All right.
So we got white, and it looks like red.
White and red falls as redraft. So baseball is tough. We put a notation here because if the redraft one, we saved it just for basketball or football. So I'll
take a respin.
okay,
Let's
we'll
do
take a
respin.
respin.
If we get red again, you have to do 30 shots.
Deal.
We got white.
We got white. So I will pick football.
No, it's still baseball.
Oh, so baseball. Okay.
So white for the
So my bad.
That's now a private stock.
Trivia question.
okay, all right. I need someone to look this up, but if you can get within 250 yards, we'll call it a win.
Do you even know what team you're giving the trivia question for?
No, I don't need it.
Okay.
Tell them when to stop.
And stop.
Yankees.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was thinking football.
That's fine. I know what you mean.
Wait a minute. What?
It's Judge, of course.
All right, if you can get within one.
Oh,
Just
wow.
one. All right.
Okay.
I want to know, can you tell me... Actually, no, because the question I just came up with in my head. 0.5. You got to be within 0.5. Can you tell me what Mariano Rivera's ERA was in 2009?
In 2009.
Hold on. Stand by.
They won the World Series, right?
Yes, sir. Against the Phillies. Take that, bitch.
All right, who's driving
2000?
Kyle to the fucking Massachusetts?
2009, we said? Okay.
He's got it. All right, so what do you think? What was his ERA?
Okay.
I said 0.5 because I feel like it's for Mariano Rivera, like it's not going to be like 6. So
All right. I'm going to go with 1.27.
It's going to be within 0.5. Is it?
Just barely. 1.76.
Dude, by 0.1.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's crazy.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty good.
Pour me a shot, Scotty.
What is what
I
year was Mariano Rivera's highest ERA?
Like
I don't know.
1994, 5.
95. What was it?
Like 7 point something.
No, it was 5.51.
He was a starter.
Yeah, things were different.
Souls, you got green and white.
What screen?
Greatest football? What is trivia?
All right, Souls. Go ahead and pick your team.
Anytime, Souls.
Stop.
Colts.
Colts, all right. Within 3, where did the Colts rank off? Nah, that's too fucking subjective. All right.
Good place for you to go to college.
No, it's a question. Yeah, this is fair. Who leads the Colts? Who leads the Colts all times in interceptions?
Do you know that
As
answer?
a passer?
Okay.
No. As a defensive back. Well, like intercepting from the other team. Because it doesn't happen often, but there are teams that probably have linebackers.
Okay.
So this is probably going to give it a who?
You talking Curtis Painter?
We can change the question if you want, because I don't know who this guy is.
Quarterback or?
No. We're talking about something like intercepting the football, like Charles Woodson.
If we could change it, my guess is Bob Sanders.
No.
Oh, you got the first name right
Yeah.
though. Bobby Boyd.
Like 60s?
Yeah.
All right, we'll change it up then. All right, can you?
Spin.
No. Same question. Should I say?
I know, but it's just for the next one.
Fuck you.
All right, go.
Asshole. All right, can you tell me what college Desmond Clark went to? He was a Colt, right? Desmond Clark? Not Desmond Clark. I'm about who's the tight end there?
Dallas Clark?
Dallas Clark.
It's a good question. Homeschool.
I'm going to have to take a shot for this one, but my guess is no.
Let's bring that shot back real quick.
Miami?
It is not Miami.
What is it?
Miami State.
No. Miami State of Ohio.
Is it?
No.
Oh my god, I would die.
No, it was University of Iowa.
Mark, show's not as fun when you're fucking 3,000 miles away, is it?
I'm dying. I'm so tired.
That's what you get for going to Missouri.
Yep.
Yep, all the way to Missouri, Massachusetts.
We get another 10 minutes. Let's go. What do I got?
It was white and blue.
All right. We're going to go with NFL because I'm a puss. What's blue?
Blue is hero or bust.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it up. I'm going to say stop now. Panthers.
Would you consider Jimmy Clausen a hero or a bust?
Good name.
I get the easy one.
Mass, this is really only
All right, fine. Would you Stallone hero or bust?
Now that.
Doesn't matter if you love him. Kyle loved Blaine Gabbert.
All right. Bust. But
Josh
It's
Freeman.
a hero.
I'd say-
but-
Okay.
I'd say hero.
Yeah, he made it to a Super
Won
Bowl.
the Super Bowl. Didn't win, but took him to the Super Bowl.
Made Deshaun Foster look good.
Yeah.
all right. What do we got?
I got-
Hero, Kyle?
I got white and red.
What's
Okay,
white?
well, you get to pick.
Yep.
Okay, hockey.
Hockey.
And red is a redraft.
All right. So
It's tough for hockey. Go
No,
for it.
it's not. That's not hard.
Okay.
I need to use your phone.
call stop.
I want you to unlock your phone first.
2006.
I want to find nudes of your brother.
He's 7.
Oh my.
Okay. Mark shook his head.
A big headed. Disapproval from the speckless sin himself.
Okay, just purely because I don't want to know what you're going to get up to.
You put me
A
in
beautiful
incognito
picture.
mode?
I did.
Stop.
James Neal.
Stop.
Shirtless.
Marty Brodeur.
All right, what year?
2006.
2006.
1984.
I'm not sure when they picked, so.
I think for the redrafts, we should keep it within 2,000.
Yeah, I would say so.
So give me a look.
Oh.
He did. You said 80s.
Well, I said 1984.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know I had any implication.
This is an interesting one because Red Wings didn't have a first round pick.
All right,
So,
spin it again.
No. In fact, they didn't have a city to play in.
No, they didn't. No, the Detroit Red Wings did not have a pick. I'm going through this as quick as I can here, but it did not look like they had a first round pick. So it looks like their first round pick, or the first came at 41st overall, where they selected Horton, the center from
The college.
I don't know what team it means, California,
Minnesota.
Denver?
No, but I would actually redraft that. I would take that. Granted, it's what I know now, but I would have that traded to the 71st pick overall, and I would pick Brad Marchand.
Cool. All right. Spin it.
Can anybody name who was drafted 3rd overall in 2006 on the NHL draft?
Nope.
Sidney Crosby.
Give you a hint. His last name is an appendage.
Brad Hand.
No, not really an appendage, but everyone says it's an appendage.
Finger.
It's 2 appendages. It's appendage.
Finger.
All right, his last name is not pronounced like this appendage, but
Is
people
it
always
leg?
say it.
I don't
Gio?
know.
I get really hard when I see this person. Really hard.
Spin the wheel.
I love him.
Smith.
We did tennis.
Talking appendages below the knee.
Toe. Taze. Jonathan Taze.
Ah,
Toes and
nice.
toes. All right, we got red and blue.
Red is
Red
This
is
is for Machcine.
baseball.
nice. Mock, tell me when to stop. Whatever.
Right now.
Pirates.
Gross.
And blue is hero or bust.
Kendall, take away.
Okay, for the Pirates.
Have I lost thing you guys are counting for? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason Bay.
Bust.
Wrong.
Well, actually, hold on.
Spin
I'm
it
sorry.
again.
Are we looking only as a pirate?
Only as a
Only
pirate.
as a pirate.
Oh, that hero. He was a very good pirate.
Fair. I'll give
It
him that.
wasn't until he
Mass
went
is
to
like
that
really
dumpster-
pushing me to fucking spin this wheel.
I'm enjoying this.
It wasn't until he went to that dumpster fire of a Mets team that
He was hurt.
I got red and clear.
Okay, that baseball trivia question.
Call it ever.
Stop.
Dodgers.
Ooh,
Souls, take it away.
they play in Los Angeles.
See, there's got to be a website for this somewhere, and I need to find it because I would love to ask Kendall. Within 50, what's the number if you add up all the numbers on the active roster on there? The jersey numbers.
Dodgers question.
Bum, bum,
It's a trivia question.
bum.
who leads them all time in strikeouts.
When was the last time they went to the...
Yeah, actually. Who leads in strikeouts?
That's an excellent question and probably an impossible.
No,
I
I know it. I know who it is.
do you really know?
I do.
I can find out the Dodgers one real quick if you want me to.
I think I know it.
What?
Well, doesn't he have to do it?
I
Yeah.
do have to do it. I do
You
have
ain't
to
gonna
do
get
it.
it.
Oh,
So-
so I don't know it?
Is it including the Brooklyn era, or is this recent memory?
Whatever you think.
That is satisfactory.
Believe I said all.
He said all time.
You said all time.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's one guy, but I don't know if it's right.
Now I'm really second guessing myself. I thought I remember reading this somewhere.
He was third all time. And the other guy was second.
The guy that passed the guy?
Yeah.
So
So I
I thought
think
that was for all time. Okay, Kendall, just so you know, it's not Clayton Kershaw. I read the Kershaw passing X.
I think it's a
second.
different guy.
So the only logical explanation there is Jackie Robinson.
Hey,
right.
does it start with FF? FV?
Oh, Fred VanVleet.
Mass?
Just pour him the shot. We don't got time for this.
All right. The strikeout leader for the Los Angeles Dodgers all time is his name goes by
Come on.
Luganis.
Was that right?
I don't know.
What's the question?
Is it
Who leads the
FV?
Dodgers on the strikeouts?
FV.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Machcine, do you know?
I'm trying to pull it up here.
Who is it? Mass, you got it?
All-time leader in strikeouts? Yeah.
Who is it?
Don Sutton.
Is Clayton Kershaw second?
Nope. Don Drysdale.
2 times, really.
Sample facts.
That's wrong.
Updated, so Clayton Kershaw's third.
Where is Fernando Valenzuela?
15th.
Real quick, I just want to do a follow-up. If you can get this right, you get to assign a shot to somebody else to do a shot with you.
All right.
Kershaw just jumped to third. Paul.
Yeah, he just passed
Did he?
Koufax. I think it was Saturday when we were at the
Wow.
game. I got the notification about it.
Yeah, he passed him.
All right,
he's,
so-
he's up by one.
If you add up all the active 25 for 25, right, for the Dodgers right now, if you add up their numbers, what it equal? I'll give you a hint. It's between 1,600 in 2000. You got to be within.
All right, so Dan Dutton, Dan Dryden, Clayton Kershaw, Sammy Koufax, and then whoever D Vance is.
Between 1600 and 2000?
Yeah.
Dazzy Vance, by the way, is the guy's name.
The number, what do you mean there?
Like if you add up all their jersey numbers.
Oh, jersey
what is
number.
it?
Can I guess?
No. Between
1841.
I'm going to go with 1735.
All right, so you have to do 2 shots, but it was 18.
Fucking terrifying.
Wow, good on you, kid.
Holy shit.
But good for you because the Price is Right Showcase does not accept over offers. You just lost by $1. So now when you get back, you have to kiss Coach.
Twice.
Never coming back.
Never coming. I like my speckled art.
Hey, can we do beer reviews? I'm falling asleep.
We got last
Last question.
yellow. Who's going? I think it's Souls.
Souls is the last one. Yellow is hockey, and white is trivia shots.
Go ahead, call it whatever you want.
Yeah, you can stop right about now, and here's my cup.
Give him a real toss-up question.
That's hard.
Cal, what is the most overrated hockey movie made of all time?
Your mama.
Wrong shot. The answer is Mighty Ducks.
All right, I got you. Here
Who's
we
the
go.
most overrated person in the
Here
entire world?
Kyle Souls.
Mike Mock.
All right, tell Niederreiter. Tell the last name Niederreiter.
Do you know how to spell?
N-E-Y.
No, hold on. No, I don't know how to spell it off the top of my head.
Niederreiter. Need a
Oh my
rider.
god.
N-A-Y-E.
Did you just almost fall out of your chair?
It leaned back a lot farther than I thought.
N-E-Y-E-D-Y-E-R.
Just spell it the best you think you can and put NHL at the end of it. You'll find it.
I did that wrong. I know I did.
Spell it again?
N-E-Y-E-D-E-R.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong. That you're wrong.
Niederreiter.
Of course.
Can I have the country of origin, please?
Switzerland.
Sweden.
Close.
Who's in a sentence?
All right, beer reviews. Machcine Washable, why don't you go first? And
Nito Niederreiter is a Swiss professional ice hockey winger for the Carolina Hurricanes of the National Hockey League.
Wrong pipe, Souls. The shot is...
Got beer everywhere?
Nah, Kyle's just wearing the shot right now. It's
You
all over
okay?
his chest.
Did you almost throw up?
One pipe.
No, it's on the wrong pipe. I can tell immediately the way he did it. Kyle's notorious for the wrong pipe.
He sipped it too fast.
All right, so what do you got beer reviews?
I actually
You
like
got your
the shot.
Mayflower.
That's the Love and Wrestling. Now, I'm going to be honest. I was very excited for this beer. It's about $13 for the 4-pack.
And this is
And,
the HDIPA?
Yes. Now, with the honor of being honest, it was not good.
That's what we want, though. You know? That's what we
I
want to
did
hear
not
from
care
everything
for it.
except for Thimble Island and Black Hawk beers.
I personally did not care for it. I bought it because the can looked cool. I thought the name was cool. But to me, it was just way too overly bitter. The flavor wasn't there for me. I didn't care for it.
Actually, Rebecca would appreciate this. There is a brewery that just opened up in Iowa that is completely professional wrestling themed.
Yeah, I think it's called Homosexuals Brewing.
No, and seriously, it's, they actually have WWE superstars and AEW superstars and all that stuff that come down and do signings and stuff like that at the brewery. And they actually licensing from the WWE
Jesus Christ.
and all that stuff to use like and stuff like that. Like they have like a beer. I think one of the listeners is laying SmackDown, and it's got a picture. It's actually got a real picture of Rock putting a rock bottom on Stone Cold.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So yes, I give this beer half a star. I wouldn't buy it again. So Kendall, we'll see what your review is next.
Excellent.
Now, I'd like to know why you give it a half a star. Like, you're not going to get a half a star.
Because it's a little.
So it's like, it's drinkable, just not good.
I guess. I mean, I don't really want to drink it anymore.
That's
If it was
fair.
the only beer you could ever drink again, would you continue to drink it?
I'd probably drink water.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so that's 0 stars.
I'd have to get behind that one. If you had to pick between not drinking and only drinking that beer, and you pick no drinking, I think that's a 0.
Yeah.
And so,
But I could like take an apple and mix it with water and make my own ball.
But you wouldn't be able to just drink nothing else.
Oh, I'm sorry. So apples in this.
Not for you.
that was a funny face and like voice inflection. It was good.
All right, Red Bear. So you actually went through a couple beer, a triplet of beers here, right?
I did. You know, the
I
Busch.
hate the word few.
Yeah, I understand.
The Monday night special.
So I had to begin with the Bush. Excellent as always. You guys know the drill. Closed out the Black Hog series. Our friends are Black Hog with the Disco Pig GSWD Bruin. It's really a Black Hog kit. Roughly $25 a pop for this brewery release. Alcohol percent unknown. Amber in color. Aromas of kind of like a skunky, earthy, floral thing with a flavor profile very similar. Of the beers I had of the...
It's important to all the listeners out there. Sorry, not to cut you off.
No problem.
It's very important to the listeners out there. When we are describing our beers, especially those of us that use beer journals, the term skunky is not a negative connotation for beer. When you do a farmhouse, a bread, certain styles of sour, skunky is the word that comes to it. It's not a negative connotation. I've been hearing this lately in the industry, and skunky does not mean bad when it comes to beer. Right. I know people think so because when you think of Heineken and Rolling Rock, you think skunked. But skunked and skunky are different, even though they're so similar in right. meaning. But a skunky beer...
Well, Heineken is delicious.
No. Skunky just means it has kind of almost like a musk-type smell.
Very tasty, and I sure would get this again.
Huh?
And it closed out the Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Whatever.
It's a beer.
So you had the Thimble Island Ghost Double IPA.
I actually liked it.
I didn't think you would because there's not really much citrusy to it.
No, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty
Hey,
solid.
Mark, real quick. So Kyle bought a mixed 6-pack from a store today, and they had a shelf talker up for the Sea Hag and labeled it as a citrus forward IPA.
Wow.
I give it a 3. Great.
I want to do that beer, and all of you guys here. They do the canned on date. If you can find one that's been canned within, call it 2 days, that beer fresh, it is fucking leaps and bounds of a difference between 20 and 21 days.
We're talking Ghost
Double. The Ghost Double.
Yeah, it's incredible.
When it's fresh, it's amazing how good that beer is.
Then I went to Southern Tier, the New Juice IPA.
So you're going to, basically, you downgraded?
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. You give it 2.
Southern Tier doesn't make good beer.
Wasn't the worst I've ever had.
Remember when I brought for the Super Bowl, I brought that creme brulee beer for Pat?
I do.
That beer was terrible. It was so fucking sweet. It was like drinking sugar.
The 2 beers that I tried today were the worst I've ever had. It was a success.
That's fair. Chris Massey?
You're a funny guy, okay.
It was Goya Bear.
I drank Goya Bear from Cigar City Brewing today. That was alright. I mean...
That would fall into one of the worst beer Souls has ever had. Because that's a Souls trickle down. You can always tell when a beer makes a second appearance on the show. Usually it's not good.
Would I drink this as my first choice? No. Would I drink it as my second choice? No. Would I drink it if it was the last thing I could ever drink? Probably.
I thought it was going to keep going, to be honest with you.
Would I drink it third?
Are you disappointed that I did?
Fourth? No. Fifth? No.
So I started off with a Smoky Mountain Bush
Lager.
1,000 stars. Will get it again. It's not a matter of would. I will get it again. I'll probably drink it next week.
I love you.
I love you too. I actually think I was thinking of this today on the way over. I think that we should do a rotation of the people here. I mean that in the way exactly how you thought I meant it. We should invest in a rotating schedule of buying a 30-pack of beer. And no, Kendall cannot bring them home when the show's over. But it should be beers for like a low percent thing, like a Busch, a Red Dog, a Milwaukee's Best, whatever, Gimling, whatever. Something that we can just keep. Whatever someone can get. No, I don't want High Life in cans. Something that we can keep
Milwaukee?
here. No, I'm just thinking about it though. Milwaukee Best is fine. Just because sometimes we bring beers here, like specialty beers, like Kendall and I did today. These Black Hog type beers, where we had to chill them down, so we needed something to fill the gap in the first hour while these chilled down. So I think we should start doing that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm cool with it just being a 30-pack of Busch just around the horn every time. Everybody here likes Busch.
That we do.
Never
tried Busch too.
And I finished off with the barrel-aged... Oh, no, this was different. This was a different beer. I fucked you over.
No, not at all. No.
I knew it was the minute I tasted it, and I just remembered it. So I finished off with the barrel-aged Bacchanali barley wine from Black Hog Brewing in Oxford, Connecticut. So barley wine is definitely not something that a lot of people here would enjoy. I believe the Red Baron would much appreciate it. But barley wine ales tend to have a little bit of a mild sour taste to them with a very strong percentage. Yup, they do. It was absolutely phenomenal. I would rank it. I mean, all three of these Black Hog beers that I've had, the Scoby Snacks from the Disco series and the Barrel Aged Granola Brown from 2017, along with this one, these are all top notch beers. I mean, these are top of the line beers. I would give this 4.5 stars, and I would like to say I'd get it again, but unfortunately, I believe that I took the last one. So, different
If you
vintage.
could.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a different vintage.
If opportunity presented.
Yeah, I
itself.
mean, like
But
if they make a 2019, 2020, I'd get it 100%. It's a very good beer. 100%. Machcine, since you're joining us, I think it would be fantastic if you told the listeners where they could find us.
Paramount.
Well, I tell you what, you guys can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's, nothing really funny happened today. I didn't have anything lined up for this.
Soul's kind of cop. Private stock.
Whether it's puking up private stock on yourself or getting a Philly Fanatic headband. Shout out, Souls.
Find us and subscribe to us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast, we're there. Subscribe to PPRN on Spreaker. Catch us live every Monday night. Be sure to
8-ish
check
to
out
11-ish.
Check out the Peter Pino Show on Wednesday nights from 7:30 to 10:30. I believe Kendall will be down there this week.
I shall.
Yep. But yeah, find us on Spreaker. Follow us. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good shows coming out. PPRN's, keeps moving forward, so be a part of it.
Guilty pleasure, the barley wine from Black Hog's better than the barley wine from Goose Island.
Wow.
That'll be a nice tie in there for you, Mark.
And didn't think Paul would say that.
Yeah, but none of you guys would thought I would say it after the, Fuck, what beer was it that I had? I can't even remember. I had
Back to the journal. I remember you saying it too.
Yeah, I had a beer that I thought was better than Goose Island, the Bourbon County. I lost my journal. I didn't lose it. I just found it.
I think it was one of the other Black Hog ones.
No. This was like 2 months ago.
I don't know, but I do recall you saying that. It was
Because I haven't logged any of these Black Hog beers into my journal because I can't find. I found my journal this morning, but then I left it on my dresser. I'll have to go through it. I've saved all the. I want to save that bottle. I've saved both Black Hog bottles because I want to scrape the labels. I want to put the labels in my journal and rank them properly. I've listened to the shows you're recording. But yes, thank you. Sorry, rambling. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Getting Social Drunk. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Next week, Souls, are you going to be here?
Yeah.
For sure? Mass, you will not be here. Okay, so we're going to postpone this another week. At some point, when we can get the whole gang together, we have a very good game of...
Geoparty.
Yeah, well, GSWD Jeopardy. It's been revamped, it's been revisited, and it's been remodeled to fit the radio format. We've had issues with it in the past, being just a lot of talking.
Do it.
No, I don't want to do it. I know you don't like Mass, but I want a full crew. I like it because I don't want to have Rebecca make the questions.
What if Jeff's here?
It's fair.
If you can,
Yeah, good luck on that, Kyle.
I mean, if you can even if Jeff's here, I still want Mass here because even if Jeff's here, what I'll do is if I know Jeff will be here, I'll make questions. Whatever, it's not important. But next week I'd like to visit this game again in the third hour. I thought it was a lot of fun. We can do some cleanup on it, like Red Baron said, find what worked, what didn't. And we'll find some stuff to talk about. There's plenty. Preseason will be officially underway at that point, right? Everyone plays the first preseason game this upcoming weekend, minus the Falcons and Broncos.
No, they play.
No, but they've already played their first preseason game. Right. Minus the Falcons, Broncos, and Cowboys.
That's right.
I don't know. We'll find something to talk about. Tune in.
Good
Who's
show.
got something stupid to talk about? Kyle, I just realized for the first time tonight, your Philly Fanatic headband is upside down.
Yeah, probably.
It is.
I asked Kendall if it was on straight. He said no.
It is on straight.
It's not straight either.
Well, it's hiked up now.
Yeah, before it was straight, but it's upside down.
You look like a line cook now.
I hope you get hit by a bunch of birds.
That's actually happened to me.
Actually,
They pushed
Kyle,
on
one
it.
time at one of yours,
Almost, Kyle. Almost.
one time at yours in mock softball game, Red Baron and I were sitting in the bleachers, and a bird actually shit, and it came down in between Kendall's eye and the inside of his glasses, and then went down his cheek.
I'm glad that you deserved that, probably.
I deserve everything, Kyle.
It's
I
true.
love
Like
you.
a little
All right.
face turn.
We're tuning out here on the PPRN Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in again, and we will see you guys next week. Until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Sheen Washable.
Nip.
I'm headband / vomited souls.
The Masker's Massey.
And I'm the Red Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.